Question.
Before this starts.
Yes.
Is the blue dot on the map where we are right now?
Yes.
Okay.
It's the "You Are Here" symbol on every mall map. We're at the mall.
At the mall.
Let's go to the mall.
I was just thinking of
Today.
I don't know what this is referencing.
How I Met Your Mother.
Yep.
Oh.
Great show. But it's not this show. This is Dicefunctional. It's D&D.
It's all bad.
So,
anyways,
start up the recording, Michelle.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
shit.
we need Greg in
I
here.
forgot. I'm sorry. I totally blanked.
I just got to the Greg section when I'm doing my recap. It's like, oh, poor Greg. He didn't have a chance.
Hold on.
Did you guys see any of the pre-stream stuff? Did you like it?
Yes. Amazing.
I didn't know. Oh no, I have to go now.
Well, you should be like everyone else who's going to be watching this and get here early for some interesting facts and some character sheets and some amazing music.
I have to hot it to my face for tomorrow, okay? Sorry, guys. Hold on. I'm sorry. My brain not here today. I totally forgot. Yeah, no. I always forget how to do it because I usually just copy paste it. I realized I forgot to buy makeup sponges and I had to run to Target. And it's not even that hard. 2 hours out of my day. And I don't even know where I put them. All right, go.
Now recording.
Hello, Greg.
All right. So, where we last left our group of intrepid adventurers, what the
fuck?
Oh my god.
Just shut the fuck up.
Sorry about that. My brother.
You. All right. Where we last left our group of intrepid adventurers, the team had just attempted to get a little bit of a view and decide and find out what the bearings looked like. Their teammate Morgan climbed to the top of the clock tower to try and get a look around, and it went well for the most part up until the very end, where she slipped, fell about 40 feet, and got badly hurt. She survived the fall, fortunately, and was healed up by the team, where they then ran into a group of cockatrices that were living with some chickens. To make a long story short, a fight broke out, and by the end of it, one of their comrades, Feldea, the swashbuckler rogue, had become petrified. And where we last left off, you guys were attempting to figure out what exactly to do about that.
Okay, so I think we decided that at the very least we were going to let Rudy transcribe the spell.
Yes.
And then we would make a decision from there.
Yep.
Are we going to give me time to transcribe and sleep again so I can have it?
It's up to you. If it's only transcribing, then you'll still be on the 32nd day. If it's transcribing and sleeping, it'll basically be early morning, 33rd day.
Okay, I'm gonna ask everybody. Do we want to just have me write the spell down? Or do we want to write the spell down and I can have it prepared? It's really up to everybody.
You said it'd take about 8 hours to transcribe it, right?
Correct.
Why don't we, unless somebody has an objection to this, why don't we transcribe it for now, and we'll make the decision after you've done that.
All right, that's quite all right then.
Let's do it.
So she's gonna set to work transcribing, and I'm going to mute myself so I can eat. I'm sorry, since I won't be in this, I'll be transcribing. I want to do something after I finish, but
you got about 8 hours.
Right, so I'm going to, yeah.
All right.
Okay, I was going to go get more chickens.
Gotcha. And what is everybody else going to be doing? Because there's about 8 hours of you guys waiting for her to finish describing this spell.
I feel like halfway through the day, I want to pull aside Mercy and Gale and have a chat with them for a hot second.
Okay.
But if there's something that people want to do beforehand, they can do that first, I guess.
I would like to take like a general reconnaissance around the area.
Okay.
But I'll do that after Mercy and Gale go do their thing. Mercy and Gale and
What's my name?
Mercy, Gale, and Cal. I don't remember things anymore, guys. I'm broken.
Happens.
Gotcha. So, you guys want to have a scene? Go ahead.
So I feel like up until this point, Cal's probably just been going through his remedy book and just sort of occasionally staring at his sister. And I feel like there'll just come a point where he'll just sort of go grab the two and sort of in a back corner. Just pull him aside and go, I kind of have a crazy idea. Would you two be willing to help me with it?
Most
I'm up
ideas
for
this
crazy.
group has is crazy, so
No, I'm up for crazy.
Well, then would you mind helping me bring my sister back outside? Sorry. No, we just put her in bed.
Outside?
Yeah, it's... I'll explain while we're out there. It's a bit of a stretch, but who knows? And
All right. Let's go.
so I will try to help lift Dea as much as my 8 strength will allow.
Gale's gonna plop down a chicken he's defeathering and brush off the hands and start lifting.
Gotcha.
Mercy's gonna
with,
probably take whatever Cal was trying to pick up.
yeah, with the two strongest people in the party doing this, it's not really a check you need to worry about.
Cal helps, in quotation marks.
All right. So you guys bring Chaldea out into the street. What would you like to do?
Okay, so he turns to, and so I have a crazy idea. I don't know if it'll work, and I figure the 3 of us have the most direct contact to a god, and maybe we could call on them for a little bit of help, because it was technically a poison that turned her to stone, right?
Yeah, I think, or venom or whatever.
Yeah, like, and in theory, I have a spell that, can, like, neutralize poisons in the body. I feel like this is a little bit beyond that. But I figure maybe if we, like, pray to Saturday, which is, kind of wanted to bring outside into the sunlight, because it's past dawn at this point, right?
Mhm.
Okay, and so it's like, I feel between that and maybe with your 2 help, since you have God's new life, I mean, it sounds like Aristil was talking to you last night. You got Desna, so would you want to try and help me with that? And just call upon the gods to help?
Can't promise much. She hasn't really said shit to me, but
Who knows?
Last time I just started talking and this hunter answered. Maybe they got something.
Well, let's put it to the test, and who knows, maybe Desna will talk to you this time. So this sort of feels like the thing we should hold hands for in like a circle, but I don't like it as much as you do. But
that's what I was gonna say, Becca.
they kind of like grudgingly hold out his hand.
We can do that. All right. Well,
Okay,
that's worth a shot.
you will start unless you want to, I guess.
You're the one who knows who you're talking to. The rest of us aren't that experienced, I don't think.
I suppose. I don't. I kind of think of. I'm sort of gonna try talking to all of them, because. Okay, so when I was talking to Sarah and I about, the people who I've lost, I was worried about them just waiting in the afterlife, and he's like, "Oh, I can't do anything, Sarah and Ray. Like, Faraz's got the domain of dead people and all that jazz." So it's like, I guess we're gonna talk to all of them. Let's just do it that way. So he'll just sort of, holding hands, sort of awkwardly just look at this guy and go,
Before this goes on, can we have this mental image real quick? Because Gale is how tall? Nothing cow tall
7'6".
and a cow.
Cow.
Tiny short little cow.
Bear, Mercy, and Twink.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Gil's gonna put his hands on both of their shoulders.
yeah. I feel like. Okay, sure. So, I hope you can hear me, but I need a little help. The magic you've given me isn't quite. It's not quite meant for this, but I figure because it is a poison, maybe you can help. So, I pray to Serenray, the Redeemer. I pray to Aristel, the Hunter. I pray to Desna, the. He sort of looks at Mercy. What's she called?
The Fortunate Wanderer.
The Fortunate Wanderer. Yes. We've all been chosen by you for some purpose, and we are all making strides to do what you want and try to do some good, but now we ask for your aid in unpetrifying my sister. I also pray to Pharasma, who is one of the goddess of fate and apparently has plans for us. If you have plans for us, we can't really do it when my sister is turned to stone, so I ask for your help as well. I pray to Aurore, who we established a bastion of faith in Ardglass and helped remove a cancer from your followers, even if it is temporary. So, a favor for a favor, and I ask for your help in freeing my sister. And I pray to Amaznan as we walk in the streets of your ruined city, where you once walked these streets as well. Your city has faded from the memory of the people, and we are on a quest to bring your city back into the light of the world so that it can inspire wonder. And surely if your city is in the public knowledge again, your strength would grow as well. So I ask for your help too. Please help me help my sister so that we can succeed here. And if there are any other gods watching, since I have a feeling we have attracted the attention of many, I ask for your help too. You guys got anything to add?
No, please.
That was good. Yeah, Mr. Hunter, if you're listening, we're trying to revive the idiot girl, as you called her, whatever it was that you called her. I know you said that she's gonna be fine in a bit, but maybe if we could speed up the process, we could, I don't know, get to hunting things. I'm sorry, I don't remember what it is that you do, but it just seemed nice. Also, hi. That's all I got.
All right.
Mercy,
So you
do have...
guys,
No, not
you
done
guys
yet.
do that.
Not done yet. I have one more thing I want to say. Left Mercy doesn't have anything.
Mercy's just gonna look at him and go, "Aren't you supposed to protect travelers?" That's it.
Then he'll turn. Then Cal will turn to his sister, just quietly, or more quietly, silently go. Sarenrae, both Imogen and Lyron said that it's the thought that counts. That what matters is you try, and I know they wouldn't have said that if that didn't mean something to you. So I'm trying now. I'm trying to have faith. Please help me. And I will use a 3rd level spell slot to cast protection from poison. See if that does anything.
All right. You guys attempt to go about ending the effect of the casting of that spell and impeaching the gods. You don't have any response.
They're probably taking a nap.
They probably can't do anything.
Well, I know that they can't always do things, but
I was
I
hoping
mean, they
one of them could have
can't
helped.
do anything.
I don't know. I guess it was a foolish of me to think it would work. It's a weird poison, I guess. I don't know.
No, why can't they do anything though? Aren't they the gods or something?
Because those idiots got themselves trapped.
How'd they do that?
I don't know if I said it wouldn't tell me shit.
Sarenrae said it was a trap of their own making.
Well, how do you fall into a trap your own making? That's stupid.
We never said the gods were smart.
I'm not. I even know where I remember I'm setting my traps.
They were at work. They were probably trying to do something and fucked up.
Well, if they made the trap, what if whatever it was wasn't they were trying to tricked them? I've seen that before. I've done it before. It was pretty funny. There's this elf. He was. I'll save that for a later time. This doesn't seem like time for stories. Are they like stuck?
From my understanding,
Cal just sort of very silly puzzle life switch here. Doesn't matter, it's not our problem. And he just goes back inside.
should we probably carry this one back in?
Yeah, let's do it.
You grab the head, I'll grab the feet.
Sounds about right. There we go.
All right, and you bring back the statue that is Dea.
When we come back in, Mercy's immediately summoning Jim.
Oh God.
She's still stunned.
So you're going to summon Jim.
I'm gonna summon him, but I might automatically send him back depending on what happens. We'll see.
Okay. So you open up the book thinking of the bar cat, Jim. And you see the familiar form of that cat just suddenly appear on the book.
Jim,
What?
can you do me a favor?
What is it?
Can you sit with
What?
the statue until she comes back?
Why do you want me to sit around on a statue?
Because it'll make her happy when she comes back.
Why is she... Why is she a statue?
Uh,
Angry chickens.
Where the hell are you people, anyways?
think I'm a tiefling some days.
No, I
Other
said,
days
where
I'm
the
not.
hell?
Oh, we're in the sky.
Oh, okay. All right. That's interesting. All right.
Will you sit with her, or do I need to send you back?
Fine.
Thank you, Jim.
And he'll do so. Like he
Matt is
does.
about to-
He just kind of like drapes himself around the neck and tries to make himself as comfortable as possible on a stone statue.
Maddie's about to make some chicken.
You better give me some.
That was the plan.
All right. So, is there anything else you guys want to do?
I think Kate was
yeah.
scouting, wasn't she?
Yeah, Morgan's gonna go off and do things. I hate push to talk.
I like it. So,
Excuse you.
you're just going to start kind of scouting around.
Yeah.
All right. Just roll a general perception check. Is there certain things that you're looking for, like?
I'm looking to see. Oh, okay. Oh, god damn it. I'm looking in general just to see how. I'm looking to see whether or not there's anything else like cockatrices or any other fun little friends who are going to try and kill us, or just in general. Either one.
So you're looking for potential enemies.
Yeah.
By skulking around and observing the general area, you know that there is still the flock of chickens nearby.
Gotcha.
And while they are starting to move further and further away from your area as they regularly keep getting attacked by a large man, to get more chickens, there could be some more cockatrices over there. You didn't see any. You would have observed a few of those little alarm bell critters wandering around, but they don't typically come by the street, so it's not as big of a worry. Aside from that, the biggest thing you're seeing is wildlife. There are birds and animals that do wander around the city. You're seeing, you would have seen a fair variety. It's mostly birds as it is currently day, but you do see signs of other critters that may have been around, like raccoons and rats and stuff like that.
Would it be a different perception check if I wanted to take a look at the houses?
What for? Out of
Um,
curiosity. Like, just look at them,
just- No, more like, because I have a theory. Look like what can, I don't want to say what condition they're in because that's not the right phrase. Like, if they were abandoned, like, I'm trying to say, like, I have a theory. Maybe people have been evacuated. I want to check and see if that's true. Like, going into a couple and seeing like what's remaining of the besides the rotting stuff.
I won't tell you
You,
what
I know
it
you're
looks
not gonna
like
tell me.
unless it's apparent, but I can describe what you see.
Awesome.
And a few of the buildings, you would note that there is very little in the way of furniture.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are almost completely empty. Others look like they have some furniture. Others look fully furnished. And there are a few. There are a select few that had furniture inside of them that has been knocked over or is no longer in its original position, as you believe cabinets and couches and stuff like that likely weren't supposed to be, upended. But you see a very fair number of buildings that are more or less completely empty,
And sorry.
or are largely untouched, and or are missing a large number of what you'd expect to see in in houses such as like valuables or necessities.
There's none of those. No.
There are quite a few houses where those are just, there really isn't much in the way of like valuables or necessities. Blankets are taken or just aren't there.
When you say that the houses are empty of furniture, do you mean like it's just missing, or has it fallen apart? Like, would I be able to tell that?
Empty of furniture.
Empty. Okay. Yeah. So I wouldn't be able to tell.
As in the house is empty. You can tell when there is something left behind. It looks like it's been damaged or it's broken apart, but it's empty.
All right. Well, that throws a wrench into things. Can I just go through the houses, see if there's anything valuable to us, like food, medical supplies, alcohol?
No
shiny
to
things?
food, almost certainly a no to alcohol. At least nothing you're going to want to drink.
I mean, there's a lot for that from Oregon.
Medical supplies. I mean, I'll allow you to roll. If you just roll me a flat d20, we'll see about that.
Whoa, shit! What I do?
Just roll a flat d20.
All right. Oh, D20. I hate. Not great.
You really wouldn't see much in the way of medical supplies that are salvageable. There are a couple of little kits that did have, that probably had poultices and wrappings and stuff like that in at one point, but those don't stand up the test of time, not for this long, and not in the elements. So unfortunately, nothing really salvageable in the way of medicine. Again, alcohol, nothing you'd want to consume, as any bottles that you find are open or partially, or were opened at some point, and that means
Seal's broken.
seal's
Doesn't work
broken. You really
anymore.
don't want to drink it. Food, you really don't see
Nothing.
much in the way of food that seems edible. But
Any valuables? Any shiny things?
No.
Damn it. Okay.
No.
Is there any weaponry around? I'm just curious. Just as a lark.
Nothing that would really be. Nothing that would survive more than a few hits, just to put it simply. Like you would manage to find like a few like a dagger that looks like it has seen much better days, and it probably won't survive, a stab or two.
All right. I'm not gonna take it for once. I think I'm just gonna head back because I'm gonna report back. And I know, does this fall under my perception role? Like, do I hear anything?
Well, you hear the wildlife.
Anything besides that? No?
Periodic clanking of some of the clockwork guardians that wander around.
Alright. Alright. Well, there's that. I'm just gonna come back and mention that there's nothing of use in the surrounding buildings, and I didn't notice anything else.
All right. Anything else anybody else would like to do? No.
When I'm
I do have a quick question. As I'm going through my book of like remedies, is it more like how to treat wounds, or is it more like various antidote kind of thing?
It's more or less a collection of various remedies. Some are for wound treatment, others are for dealing with poisons, others are dealing with infections. You can roll an intelligence check for me if you'd so care to.
Sure. I'm real smart. Hey,
That's not bad
I'm
for
real
you.
smart.
that's
Some of
actually
these
pretty good.
Some of these are almost certainly bunk, and are not things you should do. Like there's a recommendation to put honey on a wound. You probably shouldn't do that.
I mean, that's what they used to do for like bandages. Sorry, that's getting into.
All it mentions is just honey, though.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, if it
Exactly.
as long as the book, it's like mostly
many-
stuff that's like bogus, right?
There's a fair amount of it that is not entirely a good idea. There are definitely things in there that are smart, though.
Thank you, Becca. I was just about to say that.
No, they don't. There are a few things that are actually you really wouldn't consider, but do make sense now that you think of it. Like removing barbed or broadhead arrows, you would put like a goose feather on the actual tips that barb backwards, so that when you want to pull it out, it's a little easier to slide out of the wound. A couple of things like that are helpful, but you have to really look through it to find the stuff that doesn't suck.
I mean, no one's around. He just throws the book against the wall and just takes a walk outside.
Okay. So, Michelle, you're saying something?
Yeah, I want to do a sending.
Mhm.
I guess when she's done with her stuff.
All right.
I want to do a sending to Asagio.
All right. What are you going to say to him?
What time is it, by the way? Because I don't like when I'm finished transcribing. What time would it be?
By the time you're done with your transcription, let's see. You guys would have, like, before you started transcribing, you would have just gotten into the building, just looked through all the stuff. And then you sat down, made the bubble, and then started transcribing, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Correct.
So It'd probably be like early afternoon, around there.
When I finish?
With the transcribing, yeah, probably. You were moving slowly as you went through the town. You guys stopped to do the
So we didn't go to
clockwork adventure.
sleep?
Not
See, I
not
thought we
yet,
did. Okay,
because
see.
you were just transcribing, and then you're going to go to sleep. Remember?
Yeah, never mind. Because I thought we had to sleep before I started transcribing. Didn't we?
We did. We slept. We were like, what are we going to do now?
That's what I'm
We
saying.
were like, transcribe it for now, then we'll make a decision, and then go from there.
Okay.
So it's been 16 hours.
Yeah, so it would be about 16 hours. Okay. So by the time you're done with transcribing, yeah, it would be late
Okay.
by this point then.
Yeah. Like, is it like midnight or is it like 10?
You guys would have thrown off your sleep schedule again, so it'd be close to like midnight again.
What's a sleep schedule as an
Never mind.
adventurist?
I
Because
will...
basically you went from, you had the fight around like 10 to noon. Day got turned to stone. You guys did a lot of searching. And then you guys went to sleep at around noon.
Then I would have
8
done this
hours
before.
later.
I would
We
have done this
didn't say
before I
we
started
slept. We
training.
said we were going to make a decision once we...
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No, I thought we did sleep because we did watches, didn't we?
No, you didn't.
You-
In that
the
case,
night before,
you
yes,
did not
we
sleep.
did.
Okay, then never mind. I will do it after we get up. Because if we go to sleep, because I still have the same amount of spells on it, and I still don't have something prepared. It's the longest day ever. Then I'll do it after we get up.
All right.
Wait, what are you talking about, Michelle?
She's talking about casting a sounding spell. She doesn't
I
have
get
a
that.
slot.
It's not that I don't have a
If you
slot. I don't have it prepared.
It's irrelevant. It doesn't matter.
Did
So
you not
doesn't
prepare
matter.
the day
Moving on
that
to-
you were transcribing?
Mm-mm.
moving on to
It
the
was
next
not.
day. So it's not a big deal. It doesn't matter. Moving on.
Yeah.
So day after you transcribe the spell and you guys have a long rest, you want to cast a stunning spell to Asagio.
Yes. Then I will do that. What time is it? Because we've again thrown off our schedule, so I'm not.
In this case, it'd be around morning.
Okay, that's fine. I don't want to wake him up. I just don't want to be
Hey.
like.
We're
What?
normal people again.
Connor, I have a dumb question.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry to interrupt. Are there actual time zones in this universe?
God, no.
I asked him that.
Time zones
Guess
are
what?
fucking stupid.
I've asked
That's
him
what I
that
asked him
too.
that. Like I literally asked him like 2 weeks ago because I
Yeah.
was like, yeah.
Time zones are idiotic.
So no, I asked him that like 2 weeks ago because
Okay.
this is one of the things I was concerned about.
So time is just always okay. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna probably end up getting up before everyone else because I probably went to sleep before everyone else because I didn't do like watches or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll probably get up before everyone else, and cool. That means I have the thing prepared. I'm just gonna be like, send Mr. Danae, what can you tell me about Oni? We've run across one in our travels. Are they dangerous? Any guidance is useful. Thank you.
Okay. There would be a bit of a pause. What does he know about Oni? Smart guy. I need to plan out my response. 'Cause he knows the spell. It depends, really. Some of them can be dangerous, others cordial. Darn it, that's a word. It largely depends on the situation and what kind they are.
Okay, well, that was not helpful. That's all right. She sort of mutters that to herself. Oh, okay. All right. I mean, she doesn't. That's. All right.
All right. So, eventually, everybody else gets up. Erudite, you now have the spell transcribed.
Yep.
You can
also-
cast it.
It is also prepared.
Yeah. I figured.
I need to go mark the other slot off though.
Probably call the captain before we just open.
Yeah,
a
that's what I
portal.
was gonna say. She's gonna when everyone wakes up. I've prepared the spell, and if we'd like, we should probably call the captain, and because I was thinking we should do it right where the stone that we came in on was, and I also think we should have the ship captain going around for the 10 minutes while it's open on that side, because in case, just to make sure nothing comes up. And we can have it on our side. I mean, I'm going to put up the bubble on our side as well. I think, I don't know, just because the hut, I think they have to be there when you make it. So
For
I
the
don't
tiny
think
hut?
I can. Yeah. And I don't think so. I
Does
don't think
that
I can
include
actually.
teleportation?
Yeah,
trying-
I think tiny hut actually does like shunt people out if you try to teleport into it.
Yeah.
Dang.
How does upstairs
Let me
look?
double check it.
Okay.
Um,
Because then, if that's the case, I have another idea. But
it doesn't necessarily say that. Yeah, it says creatures and objects within the dome when you cast a spell can move through it freely. All other creatures and objects are barred from passing through it. So, more
They'd
or
be
less,
stuck in the bubble.
they just get shunted out because the spell knows that they should not be in there. Therefore, get out of it.
okay. Question: how does upstairs look like? Are there like windows and stuff?
Yeah, there are a few windows. It's like a small bedroom.
Is it like small windows or big windows?
I mean, average size windows. Like that's what, like a few feet by,
Okay.
3 or 4.
I'm gonna do it upstairs.
Okay.
I'm not gonna do the bubble, even though I want to, but they would get shunted out. I'm gonna ask that one person come up with me, but I don't think everyone else needs to come up with me. Because I want people to stay downstairs with Dea. If someone wants to come up with me, let's talk to the captain first. And
I'll go up with you when it's time.
okay, that's okay.
So, which one of you is going to call the captain?
Actually, real quick, before we get into this, did we hear the same noise around the same time? The creepy noise?
Actually, no.
Oh, the noise of that creature.
Mhm.
You periodically hear it, at various spaces in the town during night. So it sounds almost like the noise is like traveling,
Okay. That's ominous. Okay.
and it doesn't happen at the same time. I will say.
Okay. But we did hear it, and it only happens at night, to our knowledge.
Yes.
Cool. That's not creepy at all.
We're all gonna die to Voltron.
Yep.
Mhm. But yeah, that's what I wanted to ask. You wanna continue?
I can't.
Actually,
Someone
I
else
go
would
off
have
with
to
you
do
since
it.
I've got the platinum.
Oh yeah, I have to. I was gonna discuss that when we got to there. It's fine. It's not. First, let's talk to the captain. Someone else has to call her though. I can't do it.
I think Cal has the number, doesn't he?
I thought everyone did, but I'll
Everyone
I'm
has
swap.
a
assuming, I'm
number.
assuming all of you were given it.
Mhm.
Oh, I didn't know.
I call her. Hey, Seda, what's up?
Not much. Just sitting on the boat.
Oh,
Waiting.
sorry about that. Can we speak with Harvey for a moment?
Yeah, sure. Give me a second.
You should probably stick around too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's her ship, there. It'd be weird to say we're going to match
No,
the
no.
pool on the ship.
That's true. That's true. You are correct.
As a sailor, trust me, it's awkward to just magically put a portal on another man's ship, woman's ship.
We're not putting it on the ship. I can't put it on the ship.
What are you two talking about?
Get Harvey and we'll
Speak from
explain.
experience, Calron.
All right. So after a little bit of time, Harvey would eventually get brought over, and I'm assuming you guys are going to explain the situation.
Yes.
All right.
We got a fucking statue.
We
So-
already explained the
Harvey?
statue part.
Where exactly
I-
are you planning on opening up this portal? Then
The stone thing that we came in on?
the rock.
The
Right.
rock, yes, on there. Has it been damaged in any way?
The rock still looks like a rock to me.
Okay, well that should be fine then. Yes, so I'm going to open the portal. I'm going to ask that Zeta please have her ship circling for 10 minutes because I cannot close it. It lasts 10 minutes and I cannot close it.
Close
And anything-
circle, far circle. What are we talking about?
Close enough to keep anything else from getting in.
Exactly. Thank you, Mercy.
Wait, it stays open for 10 minutes and things can just go into it?
Yes.
Okay.
This is
It also
an old
costs money to cast.
Yeah, this is an old spell. I've never seen anything like this before, to be quite honest with you.
All right, we'll keep an eye out and make sure nothing climbs into the portal. And we'll get your alchemist friend over there.
Thank you so much. Can you message
Right.
us when he's over there?
Yeah, sure. Just give us about like 30 minutes or so.
Thank you. While she's doing that, the windows in the room. How many windows are there?
3 in the bedroom.
Cool. I'm going to cast alarm on all 3 windows while we're waiting for that.
Oh, okay. You could. I would say you could probably just cast alarm on the perimeter of the room, and that'd be close enough because basically by that point, anything that enters the perimeter of the room is
Okay.
gonna set off the alarm.
I will do that then. So I'll take 10 minutes to do that. I need. Okay. It needs money. I don't think it'll be that much, but I want to be on the safe side. Obviously, whatever isn't used goes right back to you. I'm not going to keep it because it's not my money. I just need. I want to be on the safe side. I know theoretically it's not very far, but I would prefer, 100 gold just in
I mean,
case.
I mean, we have 750 of the Danos Platinum, but
I have
don't-
normal land platinum.
we can
I got
actually
100
spend that, though, to be fair. This is more expendable, I feel like.
With the
That's up to
Danos
you.
Platinum, it might also be worth more.
I also
No,
just
it
got
doesn't
100
as much.
gold.
Well, wait, don't you have that compass that shows you where your home is? Do you want to double check our bearings real quick?
I mean, it just
That's-
gives me.
That's tough
It
to
just
do
gives
when
me-
you don't know where you are.
I
The
mean,
problem
if
is we
it's
don't
in
know
the
how
same
far
general
up we
direction,
are.
it means it's like, did we? Because I know that last time we checked this, it said that it sounded like we were roughly in the same area, but I want to check if like we're moved at all.
Okay, well, if I can do it I can do it because I know where home is for me exactly. So,
Mercy will drop the compass in her hand then.
and she'll do it.
Pointing in the same direction.
Same rough directions. Yeah.
All right,
And I don't think we're moving at least.
I'll give it back to. Excuse me. I'll give it back to Mercy. I would rather the Danos Platinum we might be able to use or to sell. It has a historical significance.
Look, man, I scammed rich people out of this platinum. It's fine.
I'll take Mercy's, but thank you, Caleron. I'm gonna take 100 gold. I'm going to put it in my inventory right now,
Hey,
but I'm going to separate
how much platinum do I have to take off my thing then?
10.
10.
That's what I thought.
I'm going to separate it, Connor, just so you know, because
Gotcha.
I know you're gonna take out whatever. I'm assuming you're gonna take out.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
Hold on. Did you put in
I also-
100 platinum or 10 platinum?
Who are you talking to?
Not you. Michelle.
I haven't put in anything.
Oh yeah, just right there.
Let's-
Put 10 platinum. Just do it.
Where?
Where it says your money?
Oh.
Yeah,
I haven't.
It's a pretty obvious spot.
I was actually just gonna put it as an item because I'm dumb.
No.
I mean, it's already there. Oh, it's already there, so it's fine. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Did you put that in?
Yeah, I just put the platinum down there.
Thank you, God. All right. So yeah, while we wait, Erudite's gonna actually she still has the book she's transcribing. Is the rings, are they in a separate like pouch that can be
No,
taken
basically,
out?
as you were opening up the book to begin transcribing it, at the very last page, you pulled open the 2 pages, and there were just 8 rings just sitting there.
Okay, then I guess I'll go stick that in a pouch or something in my bag. So there's
Yes.
8 rings, and she sticks them on each of her fingers except for her thumbs.
Yep, and basically, like they're just kind of these brassy colored rings that have these very flat fronts to them.
Very fancy. She looks real
Nah,
fancy.
they're not. They're
I
not
know.
pretty. They're these thin, kind of flat, dull-looking things, and they have a couple of runes on them, but that's about it.
Rudy, I didn't realize you used brass knuckles.
Huh. I suppose for this one I do.
I would not use those for that.
She closes the book.
Gotcha.
I actually think this would be good for Madeline. I've gotten what I need out of the book and no longer need it. If you want to hold on to it, tell her on. And we can give it to Maddie when we go back downstairs.
Sure.
Okay.
Take the book.
Yep. I just put it in a book on artificing into your inventory.
Cool.
And are you going to cast the spell to open up the portal?
I'm gonna wait until they tell us.
About 30. Oh, okay. So
Until
roughly 35 minutes pass. Eventually, you do receive a call from Seda. She confirms that they are ready. That's Harvey is on the little rock island.
okay. So Erudite is going to close her eyes, and she's going to think of the stone island, and she's going to take her wand and she's going to start casting and start like spinning her wand and casting it. And
you would note that during this spell, your focus is basically taken up with the rings.
oh, it's the ring, so I don't even need to have the wand out. Okay, cool. So she's gonna do it with her hands then. She's gonna start doing the motions with her hands and cast the spell in the middle of the room.
So everybody who's present in the room, which would be Mercy, Cal, you, and
just
anybody else? Okay. In that case, you 3 would see as she finishes casting the spell, it looks like a small funnel made of this light blue energy opens up about, say, like 4 feet up off the ground. And then eventually it starts to expand more and more and more until eventually it's nearly, say, 5 feet across by 5 feet tall. And it's this large spirograph that kind of pulls into a funnel shape. And at the very end of it, you can see an opening that leads right out towards the rock island. And standing near this little portal, you can feel the water mist traveling through it. You can hear the sounds of water crashing against the rocks.
Can we smell it?
Yes.
Erudite's like, she
Stick
looks
my hand
like
in the portal. Make sure it's like safe.
Your hand passes right through it. It feels a little damp.
she sort of looks at it and her like eyes go very wide. Just kind of like, oh, why didn't that's wow.
You guys would see Harvey on the other side of the portal, giving a look to it like, all right, this is very different.
Mercy's just gonna
She seems
wave.
quite surprised.
I walk through the portal to be on Harvey's side.
You walk right through, no problem. As you get closer to it, it expands a bit more, so you can pass through it without having to like jump into it.
Holy
And
shit.
then as you walk out of it, it shrinks back down to its 5 foot by 5 foot shape.
Well, that was weird. I tell Harvey.
Oh, that's interesting.
Holy.
By the way, everybody on the other side of the portal, back up on Danos, you can hear them talking.
Hi, Harvey.
There's so much chaos potential with this.
Oh yeah.
Hello there. All right. So, am I good to just?
Yeah, just walk through.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay.
And he walks through the portal, and standing with you in the room after walking out of the spirograph is Harvey.
Huh.
Welcome to
you
the
see-
Sky Island.
You see that he's wearing, instead of his normal flashy clothing, he's instead of wearing something a bit more travel appropriate. It's just a simple, like, leather jacket and leather trousers to prevent him from getting, scuffed up and to keep him comfortable. And Erudite, I will be removing the amount of money
Okay.
it
That scares me. Go ahead. Do it.
Fuck is your sheet? There it is.
I don't. I'm looking at it. Oh no. Oh.
Okay.
That's it?
That's it.
Oh, we are very close then. Okay.
Connor.
Yeah.
While I'm on the other side, can I take a look around to see if it's any different than when we like really first got here and we're taking a look at it?
Yeah, roll a perception check.
Now that it's been like activated once.
Oh, yeah, just roll a perception check.
Yeah. Ooh, that's good. 24.
No. The circle looks more or less the same.
Erudite reaches into her bag.
You would note that there are a couple of it looks like a couple of large chips of rock have been busted off on this. And the actual ship itself, that you can see a little bit off into the distance, beginning to circle around, has taken a bit of damage. A couple of the planks look like they had to be fixed up or replaced.
Mm-hmm.
There were a few tears in the actual sails themselves. You see, kind of like drooping off a part of the ship, are a couple of hunks of some flesh-like material that was kind of this seafoam blue.
There's the dragon.
I just sort of wave to the ship and then I go back through the portal.
Okay, you do so.
I reach into my bag, take out the 9 platinum, and hand it back to Mercy.
Oh.
Thank you. Apparently, we are very close to the stone. To the stone. That's a bit. That's a bit reassuring.
Wait, actually, that gives me I go back through the portal. I look up.
Like directly up.
I guess.
You don't see anything directly above you.
This is an important question. How far is the distance for 1 platinum? So it'd be
One
like
platinum with
It's
10
100
gold. It's 5.
10 gold.
It's 5 miles.
10 miles. Yeah.
10 gold is 5 miles. Yeah.
It should be.
20 miles.
half.
So
Yeah.
it's 20 miles.
Yeah, there you go. I was gonna say, I think you're
Brain.
doing your numbers wrong.
Michelle,
be
Michelle,
theoretically able to see that 20 miles up.
Yeah,
It's
can I see
clear.
anything in the sky?
Nothing directly above you.
That means there
Are
must
you
be
gonna
some
like trying to
sort
look
of-
around?
Yeah.
Okay.
Must-
With your 24
some
in
sort of
perception, you know that there are a few cloud banks off in the distance, a little bit further north, and a few down. You see a few wispy clouds that are also traveling around elsewhere, but the largest bank you see is further to the north.
Do I remember it from when we first got there?
I don't see you with that feat to remember everything, so
That's
no.
why I'm asking to remember it. Like, do I remember it from before?
Want to roll intelligence?
Sure, I'm really good at that.
No, I know.
Do I get
Come
advantage
on.
because I'm like a sailor and I tend to pay attention to the weather?
No.
Oh, worth a shot though.
Hey, that's not
16
bad. I'm like
again.
smart today.
You're not entirely sure. There certainly could have been. It was a somewhat. It wasn't rainy, but it was. The seas were certainly active around here, and they do seem to have calmed down a bit more. Now that you're, now that you're looking at it. But as for the actual clouds themselves, you don't know. There definitely could have been some clouds nearby, but you don't remember them being in that exact position.
Caloron,
Yeah?
are you gonna stay out there, or I can only do this once a day, so, and it is a limited time. I mean, we have
2 minutes.
2 minutes
minutes
left.
left?
Nope.
2 minutes have been used.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
So you have
We
8
got a bit
minutes.
more time. I was just trying to see if you see it. Like,
Are you gonna make me go over there now?
you don't have to. It's like,
I'm
can I
kind of
just take a look
curious.
at the clouds? Do any of them seem like stationary, or do they all appear to be like slowly moving?
That would take a few minutes of standing there and looking.
I will spend 3 minutes. Or 5, I guess. I don't know.
The clouds in that big bank over there do appear to be moving slightly.
Yeah, what about the other clouds?
In the bank I just mentioned?
Just in general. If I like spin
Oh,
360.
yeah. The wispier ones that you're seeing like off in the distance and like towards the east and west and south, those ones do move a bit faster. But the ones over in the bank over there do look like they are moving slowly. And it with the 24 perception, it does look like they're almost kind of moving back a bit, like they're revolving it slightly.
He spends a few minutes out there, and I kind of get curious. I'm not gonna lie. Helen, what are you doing? And I step onto the rock.
Well, it's just I figure if it's that close, you feel like we'd be able to see it from here.
Okay. Do you think it's? Where do you think it is?
I mean, it's a Sky Island, so it's somewhere up there.
So I look up.
But I mean, all the clouds seem to be moving, so
Oh,
I
well,
don't, and they don't think they were here a couple days ago. So I'm going to go on a
would
limb.
I
and say-
remember that?
If the clouds were there,
Yeah,
they were not
like
in the same
that.
position.
Okay. Well, no, that bank is moving.
That's what I thought too.
No, I think. Okay, well,
Which means
that's
if
up.
Sky Island is up there, it's
Perhaps it's
probably
moving.
magically
Oh, that's
like
yeah.
shielded.
Or I should say, they were not there. They were a bit further away and towards the directions. East
But
a
they
bit more.
were. But that bank was there. There was a bank, not there specifically, but there was a bank that looked very similar to that.
There's the bank
or
around
like
the
that.
area. Yes.
Would
Okay.
is the bank of clouds big enough to like theoretically hide the island itself?
You're not too sure. At that distance, for what we're talking about, that's kind of tough to judge.
Calderon, we have maybe 5 minutes. We should head back in. I don't want us to get stuck on this side, and I don't want you to get stuck here by yourself. So.
Well, you're very good at telling time. I was gonna come in
And I go
eventually,
back in.
just- I figured, never hurts to take a look.
No, you're correct. It doesn't hurt.
And it's not like I can do anything else here, so.
Well, maybe we can do something now.
All right. Well, by the time you guys finally come back, and Mercy would have gone back downstairs as well. Eventually, Harvey's already gone downstairs and has started to kind of set up his improvised alchemist kit to start working on something to help Dea. And you can see that Jim has actually climbed onto his shoulders instead of Dea's.
No.
While everyone was upstairs. Oh, no, continue. Sorry.
So yeah, I would have waited for the thing to fizzle out upstairs. I'm just saying that.
You would wait the 10 minutes for the spell to eventually fizzle out, and as it reaches the 10 minutes, eventually the portal just kind of seems to fade away.
And I put my glasses on.
But your glasses on, you can see that the portal is still visible with your detect magic glasses on.
And can you see the other side of it?
Yep.
Okay.
And you don't, how do I put this? You can see the other side of it, you can see the waves crashing through, and you see sea foam and the stuff like that spraying through the portal. And it's almost like your mind's playing a trick on you, and since you are seeing this, you feel like you should be feeling it as well, and you kind of feels like you're getting that, like your mind is playing a trick on you. But you know that you're not actually getting wet, but you can see it. You can see straight through it, right to where that portal is opened up.
Huh. I kind of want to do something, but I don't want to waste the spell slot.
Okay.
So I'm not going to right now. All right, and then I'm going to head downstairs.
As soon as Kyle got downstairs, he would have casually handed the book to Maddie, and he would have offered his assistance if he could offer any to Harvey.
I should be all right. It's just a matter of taking the stuff I need from the dead critter. Pardon me. Where is it?
I show him to it, I guess.
If I remember correctly, you guys had one cockatrice left, didn't you?
Yep.
Because one got butchered, another got butchered, another got its head cut off. So
We got one left.
you're down to one.
And it's hanging out in the living room.
Right, I forgot about that too.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, it's alive?
No, it's dead,
Okay.
but it's just been stuck in the living room.
Look,
Oh.
man, I haven't been here. I was like, you left it alive?
It's got a leash tied to both necks. Harvey just got an 18 on the die. That's pretty good.
So that's good.
What's his modifier? Counts as
Man, Dana's gonna be surprised when she sees
plus 0
Harvey.
mod because he's not actually the guy who would typically be cutting animals open. But he does begin cutting into the actual snake section of this critter, and he does remove this kind of bulbous red-looking gland. It kind of droops a bit. He brings it over to his alchemical station and begins to get to work on what he is. What would you guys would assume to be a petrification potion?
Hey, question. Connor, how long is this going to take?
You'll have to ask Harvey that.
Oh yeah, that's true. Harvey, how about how long does this take you to do this potion?
If it goes quickly, a few hours, something like that.
Cool. Gonna take an arcane recovery and get back that 3rd level spell slot.
Mercy
Oh,
is
I
watching this
wait.
all intently. Because this is cool as shit.
Yeah.
I
You would watch that as he basically squeezes out what is inside that gland into one of his one of the actual glass tube things that he has with him, and he basically ignites a bit of fuel underneath it and begins to boil and bubble away, and slowly but surely it starts to be refined and processed into something else as he begins mixing in other reagents to change how the venom acts.
Hey, Harvey,
Mm-hmm.
how do you administer this to a statue?
You'll see.
That's not reassuring, but okay.
So Harvey, what did you think of that spell I did?
I can comfortably say that I've never seen anything like that.
Rudy just kind of smiles. It's like, I've never seen anything like that either.
Feeling a bit smug, aren't you?
A little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
It's cool. It's okay to feel smug.
It was different to do something that I think hasn't been done in a very long time. In that manner, anyhow.
Well, you're definitely going to get a lot of people asking about it.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be useful for getting people back up here. Since we don't have another reliable way at the moment.
Do you think someone will pay good money for it? Well, actually,
I mean,
one person I'm actually...
Yeah, somebody
one
already
person I'm
is.
Well, they can always get more money for it. This wasn't part of the deal.
We could sell the spell.
There's actually one person I'd be willing to give it to for free.
Danae.
That's money for it.
He gave me
Danae already
this.
gave her free shit.
He gave me this, and she like holds out the necklace, and this has been something that is... It's more than anyone could have ever. He didn't have to give me that. He could have just left me.
Well,
or
he wants
charged
to save
me
his
for
own
it.
neck. So.
I don't know. I think I might. I want to ask him if he's
It's
heard
up
of it.
to
I don't think he has. But I'm gonna wait to do that, even though I did recover that spell slot when I took a rest back there. Or that spell, I did recover a bit of my power when I took a rest there for a minute.
How long does it take to cast this spell?
The spell?
Yeah.
Cole, I have a quick question.
Hmm?
I'm thinking over something that you said a little while ago. Did you say 750 Danos platinum?
Yeah. Oh, it's only 75 platinum, I think.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say you said 750 platinum. I was like, what the fuck?
No, that's wrong.
I was like, I would never.
Not at this level.
Sorry, 75. Then
Yeah, that would be 7,500 gold
Yeah.
in antique money.
Yeah, sorry.
Connor's
No.
like, I
75.
would never.
Sorry, no, it's
Also,
75.
Chase is dead.
Jace is still alive, I think.
No, I'm still here.
Okay.
I'm just eating chips. and
To answer the question, Jessica, it's an action.
It's
Six
an action?
cents.
So,
Yep.
this could be a good for like emergency getaways if we have something to dispel it.
I don't
Can
have
you
that
dispel
ability
magic?
yet. I don't have that ability right now.
Oh,
I'm
future plans.
working. I'm working on it.
I look at Ro and Maddie. Can either of you do that? I can.
I don't.
Ro can't.
Ro
Ro
definitely,
Ro's
Ro
not.
definitely can't. Not anymore.
Mhm. But Cal doesn't know that. He is an idiot. That's why he's asking.
No, I had to check and I realized that's definitely a
Third
no
level.
because the spell's a third level spell and shouldn't have that.
She went back down to, I think, only having first levels.
Second.
She has a second.
Second.
Yeah, you get seconds at third.
She wants heat metal, man.
I don't blame her.
It's a good
Yeah.
spell.
It's a brutal spell.
It is. I'm working on it.
Kate, you're saying something?
As they're all, yes, I've been trying to. As we're all watching, Morgan's gonna lean over and look at the potion and go, "How many doses are we going to get out of that?"
Probably about one. Unless I manage to get really lucky and get just enough to split it into two, but there's a pretty good chance it's going to be just one.
Can I ask you to do something kind of selfish?
Hmm.
After you're done with this, when we take another rest at some point, can you write down how you did this just in case you get hit with it?
Well,
Because there might be more of them.
Smart idea.
I suppose I can. And to be honest, it's not a particularly difficult potion, but
I mean, we can give it to Rudy. She's probably going to be the only one smart enough to figure it out. But
yeah,
Oh God.
it's gonna take you a heck of a lot longer to do it than it will take me.
yeah, but if you get hit, it's better to have at least a loose guide of what to do than nothing.
If you get hit, it's potentially either we wait a week or it's a game over.
And even then, didn't you
I
say
don't
that there were some ones that you never turned back from? You wouldn't want to rush into those and have you go down.
Yeah, some of the. I'm not getting in a fight. Are you crazy?
Collateral damage.
I'm still not getting in a fight.
No, we
I mean-
we need to not have him in a fight, you guys.
He's good for helping with non-fight stuff.
Exactly.
I could certainly write it down, but you'll have to have my things, or
And he'll-
some alchemical things of your own. And if I'm carrying it and I get petrified,
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, no, we're going to not make sure he does not get in a fight, you guys.
Alright.
I don't.
We may not always have that option.
It was a thought.
True.
I disagree. It's
Yes,
always
I
an option to
know.
run away.
I suppose. But what if something chases you?
Harvey runs away from every fight. That's good. I like that.
Harvey's the
He is
smartest
based
of
on.
us.
He's based on Frankenfurter.
He's a high intelligence character.
I mean, so is Rudy, but her wisdom isn't good. Is he as high as Rudy?
High
no.
level?
No, high intelligence.
He's a little less
Less.
intelligent, but not by much.
Okay, that's cool.
And I'm looking at his magic, which he can only use to affect himself, really.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, no, even that thing he can't. Like he can kind of have it help you guys, but not for long.
Just a
He's
thought. We should probably make sure Jim isn't on the statue when he does whatever he does to heal her.
Jim is currently lounging on Harvey's neck.
Is Jim learning how to do this too?
Probably.
I'm watching.
well, no, hopefully we'll get. When this is done, we can get a move on. I know everyone wants to get over to the church. Harvey, do you want to hear about our travels in the last day or so?
Yeah, sure. I probably won't say much in response. I'm a bit busy, but sure, I'll listen.
That's quite all right. I don't expect you
There's
to.
robots. Lots of robots.
And chickens.
And chickens. And
Robot
spiders.
chicken.
Robot
Was-
chicken.
Was
Also, you'd probably know them as clockworks or something like that, because robot isn't really a thing.
Yeah.
was Jay carrying the bag of holding again, or am I mixing that up
I think
with
Gale was.
something
Gale
else?
is
Gale
always
has it.
carrying.
Okay.
Gale is carrying the
So-
bag of holding.
You guys
Really?
kind of dodged
Okay.
that bullet.
We let the strong
Yeah.
one carry the bag of holding.
Also, you also
It's
dodged the
hit.
bullet in a different way because if Gale had become paralyzed, had been petrified, he would weigh about 4,000 pounds.
Oh my god.
He'd
Oh
still
my
be in
I
the
don't want to
street.
think about that.
Also,
Morgan's
yeah,
gonna-
Gale technically has a bag of holding because he owns it. Like he bought it. Like
It
he
is
paid for
his.
most of it.
Anyway,
Actually, it'd be closer to
Morgan's-
like 5,500 pounds.
You're making it worse.
Yeah, Gale would be
I-
staying in the street.
Kate is
Morgan's gonna like lean over and like, or like stand on her tiptoes, I guess, and like pull out one of the bells that they gotten from the bag. We found these things too. I don't suppose you have any. I don't know. Be able to use them for something. I don't know. Why do I open my mouth?
He kind of looks at you and goes, nope, not entirely sure at the moment.
I mean, Danae might be able to use them.
True.
So, if you guys are going to give,
Yeah, we're
Harvey
gonna
the
give him the
to
time.
do this, let me double check the wording on his abilities.
Who wants to play dice? I have a dice set.
What?
I am actually going to message Danae during this break then.
Okay.
Because fuck it.
Oh. Morgan sits down to play dice.
Yay! Dice games, dice
Sure.
games.
I'll play.
Yeah.
Fun fact, Mercy is proficient in them.
And once Gale, oh sorry, continue.
No, you're good. Because mine is. I'm trying to figure out how to phrase it in my brain.
Okay. Once Gale mentions that he'll sit, Morgan like points at him and goes, "That reminds me. I need to teach you how to play cards well."
Yeah. I'm really not good. I don't get it.
What do you mean you have to
It's-
teach him how to play cards?
Well,
No, I can play. I just can't play well.
I'm pretty good at, quite a few games. And, it'd be something nice to do on a boring night sometime in the future.
Have you played Go Fish?
Shut the fuck up, Connor!
Um,
I'm good
Also,
at that one.
Caloron, he would probably wind up waving you away because he doesn't, he's focused on what he's doing. He doesn't want you to try and help.
Okay. He just sort of hangs near his sister then, watching.
All right. So if you guys want, I can roll to see how long it'll take him.
Yeah, do
Yeah.
that.
Wow, that's a pretty
On
good
the
score.
low end.
Oh,
That's
he's a
called
plus 10. Jesus.
He's proficient. He's expertise probably.
Expertise.
Yeah.
All right. So I know how long it takes. Do
I
you know
would've
what you're
spent-
going to say, Michelle? And otherwise,
I'm,
Kate, go back to doing your thing.
no, Kate can go. I'm still.
I'm waiting for the dice. I'm waiting for the
Gotcha.
dice.
You're
to
just kind of
roll for the
shoot the shit.
Oh, I have no idea how the dice rolling works because I just have it set in my
Do I?
tools.
Typically, if it's something you're proficient with, it's a proficiency bonus plus a modifier plus the roll.
I'm saying what attribute would I roll it with?
Oh, for
Yeah.
cards?
For dice or cards, because she's got cards set and I have a dice set.
Yeah, I thought we were going to do
cards,
dice
that it's
first and then
charisma
try
based.
cards.
Cards is charisma.
If it's a bluffing game, yes. So if
Oh.
it's poker, absolutely charisma.
So we all
if-
roll charisma, I guess? Or no?
Basically, you'd be both rolling cards with charisma. If you're trained in it, then it'd be charisma plus proficiency. If not, then it's just flat charisma.
Oh, okay. So
I mean, you're trained in cards, so you get to do it with your modifier.
okay, I thought we were playing dice first. So will you? I don't know who's rolling what. I'm sorry.
Let's just do the card game first.
All right.
So what you do is there you go.
That part I got.
Fucking hell.
God damn it!
It's just a charisma roll.
I mean, she's not trained in try not trained in playing card sets, and if you're not trained in it either, then it's just a flat charisma roll.
Morgan's gonna cheat wildly on the next round.
Gale is shockingly good for a man who doesn't know what he's doing. You're kind of passing it off as, you know,
Beginner's luck?
either beginner's luck or just the difficulty reading a beginner. Because not only does he not know what he's doing, he doesn't really know how to win, so he's just kind of guessing at things.
Okay.
So reading it is a lot tougher. Mercy, on the other hand, cleans up shop. Completely thrashes you guys.
Morgan is very bitter. And the next round she's going to cheat wildly.
That's going to be a sleight of hand check afterwards.
All right. Shall
So
we roll?
another round of charisma checks or playing card set checks if you have them.
You didn't even need to
Oh.
cheat.
You don't even need to cheat.
Okay. I don't need to roll?
Yeah, you've got a pretty good feeling that you don't need to.
Right.
And
I figured it out.
Okay, within another few minutes of the second round, you managed to pretty quickly beat the other two. And Gale, well,
Poor sweet Gale.
he displays that it really was just beginner's luck.
Oof. All
All
right.
It's
Any?
the last time. I don't even think that was. Wait, I don't even think that was the same card.
Oh, sweet innocent Gale.
They all look. Oh, I was holding it upside down. That's why.
They don't all look
You
the
can't.
same.
You can't hold a card upside down. They're meant to be viewed.
Either way.
They're meant to be viewed
Oh.
both ways.
But this one has
Wait.
a. This one has the colors are on the. Oh
How don't
no!
we just play Go Fish?
I'm good at that game. I don't have a pole though.
It's not actual fish.
I could fish with my teeth. I'm good at that
No,
one.
I have a fishing rod.
Wait a minute. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
How do you fish with your teeth?
You just dunk
You
your head
dive
into the
in.
water.
Yeah.
I used to
just
do it with my
swim after
horns.
It's pretty easy.
Morgan's
Oh, boy.
like.
The real question is, are we fucking with you or are we telling you the truth?
Roll insight. I want to roll insight. Can I?
Sure. Anybody who's lying, do a private roll to me.
Nope.
It doesn't matter.
Oh boy.
You didn't think people could do that with their horns, but apparently they can.
Don't
That
they
big
get
horn.
stuck up there?
Well, I take
Yeah.
them off.
Oh no, mine gets stuck up there. If I don't, I could use a tree, and I can like pry them off sometimes. Sometimes they fall in half though.
Can you not reach the top of your horns?
Not when they're at their biggest.
It'd be
There's a lot of them up there.
No. I think a 7'6" tall man would probably be able to lift up about 2 feet. It'd be out. That'd be the problem, though.
We
Like,
could
the
put a
very
net.
edge.
It's the ones that are in the middle that are going to
Yeah.
be the issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could put a net around your horns when they're at their biggest.
Oh,
Catch
that's a
so
great
many
idea.
fish.
That's a great idea.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
We'll have to do that when we get back down. Do you think there's a net big enough to cover all of it?
Just imagine the fucking drag.
Definitely.
I mean,
This is something else, you guys.
if we can't find a big enough net, we can make one.
That sounds like fun. We'll have to do that.
All right. So,
Nice
what
game.
would you like to say to whoever you want to say to? Michelle.
I'm going to message Tanae again
All right.
because I like to bother him apparently, and I'm gonna ask him, Mr. Tanae, have you heard of a spell called Arcane Tunnel? It's a teleportation spell that's less power. Seems to be very old.
You would hear a response back pretty quickly, and it more or less amounts to, I've never heard of a spell like that. If you manage to keep hold of, say, a tome on it or some kind of a scroll, That would be very nice, but and I think that's probably more than 25.
Yeah, okay. Okay, that confirms my suspicions. This is a very old spell.
And after about 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours, Harvey finally finishes up the potion. And he more or less just holds it up and goes, "All right, think I'm finally done with it." Only one dose, but that's to be expected.
I feel like at this point, something has gone wrong with the cards. It's just chaos.
Poor Becca, guys.
Someone's making a deck. Someone's making a house of cards.
It's Gale, and Morgan's just like looking at him like, we're trying to play poker, aren't we?
What are we poking? This is
No,
I've
we were
asked this
playing
4
house.
times.
We-
You're saying poker, and I'm asking what we're poking, and you just shake your head. I don't.
We're not.
I've asked this 4 times.
That's not. It's just named that. We're not actually.
Then why is it called that? I
don't know. I didn't name it. Some
we
other
should call it
bastard taught
something
me it.
different. Call
I
it
can't change the name.
card stacky game. Because you stack
Morgan's
them
like-
together and you card matchy stacky game. I like that one better.
Card
makes more
matches stacky
I'm
game.
just getting such a Wheatley energy. She just holds up her hand. She's just so confused.
Hey, Gail.
Hmm.
Gail, how much of this is you just fucking with her, and how much of it is you really being confused?
It's like 50-50 sometimes. I don't keep track of it. I still
I
really
think-
want to know why it's called poker. That just doesn't make any sense.
People are stupid. It's probably like some weird word in another language.
Probably.
It's actually a game made by lizard folk. It's called Poker in their language.
That makes so much more sense.
It's a joke. Don't take it seriously. It's the dumbest thing I've ever said.
It's not the dumbest thing you ever said, Connor. I would
It's
argue
yes
that is.
and Connor.
I would argue that is not the dumbest thing you've ever said, but okay.
Are you still standing near your sister's statue?
Absolutely.
Okay. Harvey's gonna look at you and go, "Please move out of the way."
He takes
Are
a
you
few
gonna throw it
steps
on
back.
her?
Yeah, he just reels back and chucks the potion directly at the statue.
I knew that's what he was gonna do. It's what I wanted.
Ye old yeet.
And I'm not even gonna roll for him because he is actually trained in improvised weaponry per his class.
Oh, that makes sense.
Oh yeah.
You gotta eat those things.
Is it Eat or Kobe?
Yeah, thrown improvised weaponry. He's trained in that, so I'm not even gonna roll for it. And the potion just kind of explodes on Feldea. And nothing happens for a few minutes until eventually her skin does start to kind of like the stone skin does start to like warm up slightly, and after a little bit, eventually you watch it starts to pop and crack.
I feel like when Cal sees that happens, he tries to run over and try to like rub and like claw at some of the stone to try to get it away.
Yeah. Within a few minutes, the stone begins cracking and crumbling away fully, and eventually you see Dea, now no longer petrified. Clumps of stone still in her hair and stuff like that.
Cal gives her a big hug.
Whoa, 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 what happened? Hi.
He
Where
pulls
am
her
I?
over and gives her the biggest slap across the face.
Oh, okay.
Do not ever do that again.
Which from Cal is like 1 point of damage.
That's like half a point.
Yeah, with a
Ow.
-1 to strength, it is absolutely 1 singular point of damage.
I'll mark it.
Not
Oh,
do
hey,
that
worked.
again.
Did we technically? I know this on
Connor,
we took a
I
small
should have
rest,
asked this
right?
earlier. Do I know that I was turned to stone?
No.
Yeah,
You remember your legs starting to stiffen up, and then
Nothing.
Nothing.
that was it.
Ow,
And
Cal!
then you remember your legs stiffening up, and then suddenly you're here.
Cal, what? What was that
Turn
for?
to stone, you idiot!
You got stoned.
What? And she kind of like brushes
And not
her
the fun
fingers
kind of
through
stone.
her hair, like gets like stone pieces out. She's like, ah. What?
I'm pretty sure that's not what they mean when they say you wear a clay mask to get softer skin.
My skin does feel very nice.
But I'm
Ah,
Where?
Cal,
we're inside an old magic shop. Harvey's here.
Oh,
Jim's here.
you see Jim draping himself across Harvey's shoulders.
Oh.
And I'll point out Jim is he's kind of like a big old Maine Coon. It's like 17 pounds, so that's a big cat to have draped across your neck.
It sounds like the perfect scarf.
Why is Jim here?
Because you turned us in, and I thought it would make you happy.
Oh. Hi, Jim.
Alright.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, near a rock.
Okay.
Well, Harvey's here, so
There's no magic.
That's good. How did Harvey get here? I know how Jim got here. How did Harvey get here?
I brought him. But we found a note spell.
It's a teleportation thingy.
it's also been
Tunnel
about
thing.
24 hours or so since you got turned to stone.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
It was.
Does this make Caloron the older twin now?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, technically yes, but Cal's will never consider himself the older twin.
I mean, I'm still the older in spirit, but I guess since I've been stone, I haven't aged.
Why is Jim rolling?
Jim, what are you doing?
You don't know.
People started talking to her, but she did want to motion to Jim to like come over here.
I get the feeling someone's going through my bag.
Oh.
Jim,
Yeah, you go to motion for Jim and go, come over here, and he's gone.
Jim.
Wait, I have a solution.
Yeah, you should probably.
Marcy's gonna shut the book.
Yeah.
No!
From upstairs, you hear
There's stuff upstairs. There's still stuff upstairs then. Because I heard the I smell magic thing. I'm going to go
So
upstairs.
did I.
I'm going to go upstairs. He probably took it, whatever it was with him, but I'm still going to go upstairs.
I mean, I could resummon him, it'll still be in his mouth.
Summon him again.
This is gonna summon him
I'm
again under
probably-
Dea's
She's gonna.
orders.
She's gonna. Daya's gonna stand next to the book and try to grab him.
I'm still going to go upstairs, though.
okay, you go upstairs.
Yeah.
And you're going to resummon Jim.
Yeah, as per Dea's order.
Gonna
So
grab him.
you resummon Jim. He reappears in the book. Daya grabs the cat. He just goes, fuck.
I needed a proper greeting, Jim.
Aye.
She's just like petting him.
I can't tell if he's purring or growling. I think that's the point.
He's moaning.
Did I fucking say?
So you now have Jim again. He does not appear to have anything in his mouth.
Well, and he didn't get anything. It's fine.
Can I put my detect magic goggles on him?
On Jim?
He
Oh, you're
ate
not going to come
something.
back.
No, I mean, like, put them on my face and look at Jim. I'm not
Oh,
putting
yeah,
them
and
on
look at Jim?
He'll steal them. Yeah.
You wouldn't note any magic items on his person right now, no.
Would he look vaguely magical?
Is he magical, though?
I mean,
Come on.
not
Don't say he's a
really.
cat.
It's like it's vaguely magical would be if someone has an effect on them or is enchanted in some manner.
Like Cal.
And he is neither. Magic users don't inherently they don't inherently emit magic unless they're a sorcerer or maybe a warlock.
Okay.
So he's just a cat.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
he's-
very fluffy
That's a-
cat.
That's a fucking lie.
Huh?
Anyway, yeah.
Since we're all moving in, shall we head towards the temple?
Erudite went upstairs.
All right.
Once Erudite's done, yeah.
Right.
All
So.
right. So If you go upstairs, you wouldn't notice anything magical,
Okay.
except for the portal, of course. But
Oh, that's why. Okay. She goes back downstairs.
To
I
the
know.
temple.
Jim. Unfortunately, did Jim go back or is he still there?
I still have him.
As soon as he gets out of Daya's arms, he's going back.
Jim, the thing you smelled, you can't get. Sorry.
I know, but it's different.
I understand, but it's not something you can only I guess that's how you detect magic is by smelling, but unfortunately it's not something you can get to. Sorry.
He sounded so upset.
It's ephemeral. It's ephemeral. I think we should send him back if we're gonna move on.
I guess. Jim, you can tell Evero we're all okay for now.
Tell him we're dead.
Fine. Fine.
What is he saying? Fine to?
If we find anything interesting we don't want, I'll summon you back and you can have it.
All right, cool.
And she shuts the book.
Bye-bye. Oh, and
Alright.
Daya kind of like brushes her jacket off, like stone and cat hair. Did you guys find anything while I was like stone? Like find out anything other than the spell, obviously?
A couple magic items, but nothing major.
Talk to someone called the Hunter.
You, what?
He talked to a god.
A god?
I'm pretty sure it was.
Like you heard a...
Called you silly.
Called me,
For getting bit.
called me silly?
Hi.
That seems a bit rude.
I mean, she did get bit and then got, all
I
turned to
suppose.
stone and whatnot.
Yeah, I
Yep,
wasn't...
it was very foolish.
None of the rest of us got turned to stone.
I'm also assuming this conversation's happening while we're walking.
Yup.
Yeah.
We're being stealthy, by the way.
Should we? Yeah,
Oh,
should we stealth?
If we're being stealthy, Erudite is invisible.
If you roll stealth checks, knock off the spell slot.
Yep, I'm doing that.
Disadvantage stealth. Well, that's actually pretty good for a disadvantage.
Not terrible.
Not garbage.
Oh.
Oh, damn.
Oh, net one!
These are
She's
not
the
great
DA,
stealth
you don't
rolls.
need her.
Big goof.
Oh,
Y'all are shit.
Oh,
we are not.
That was-
I was
that was the wrong one. I left myself on Gem. I should have moved back to Harvey. Yeah, that's a 10 from Harvey. The best roll is from the sorceress.
Good job, Maddie.
Hey, I got close.
Okay, well, I'm going to keep that in mind.
Oh God, we're fucked, y'all.
So you guys are making your way through the town,
Everyone's fine, but Daya, it's fine.
Making our way downtown,
and
walking fast.
within a matter of, say, 30 minutes to an hour, you find yourself at the Church of Amaznin, as it's been labeled on the map. As you make your way closer and closer towards the building, you can see that it has some large peaked roofs with the occasional tower that kind of like branches off from like the second story of the building, and then kind of goes upwards slightly. There are about 4 of those on like either corner of it. There's a large wooden door with these iron studs that help reinforce it, and above it is a very nice stained glass window, and you can see the image of what looks to be an eye made out of cogs.
How much do you think the eye's worth?
It is stained glass.
Yeah, stained glass is expensive, Connor.
You're right.
Jessica knows this.
We should let the...
It's also looks to be about 20 feet in either direction.
That's quite a talk.
It's a big
We should
fucking
let the
thing.
archaeologists deal with
Is
that.
there any writing, like on the door or nearby, that I can read with my glasses?
No.
Okay.
There also is not a tourist map that says you are here.
How tall is the tower?
Like the towers on
Oh,
either
God.
corner of the location. They go up to
Yep.
be about. Actually, let me double check one thing.
You're not doing it again.
Uh,
We have an hour 4.
okay, quite tall. I was probably off a bit. The towers are probably close to about 100 to 100 feet, 150 feet tall.
I feel like Mercy's just gonna instinctively put her hand on Moy's shoulder.
I'm gonna bust out
Sorry.
my owl. Wait, does that break my invisibility? Bring out the owl? Probably.
Is it? It's like you're just like summoning it, like clicking your fingers. I
Yeah,
don't think
yeah. Okay.
That's a huge.
So I'm gonna
fountain,
summon. I'm gonna
Yeah,
summon the owl.
Do not consider that fountain to be to scale. It is not.
What?
The fountain is not 2.2 miles wide.
That would be a big fucking fountain.
Holy shit!
We could take a
2
bath.
city blocks.
It's like our pond.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So I'm gonna summon the owl, and I'm gonna have a snowball fly around.
Turns out ponds are bigger than people think.
Have snowball fly around stealthy. It's just I don't want
Okay.
to.
While she does that, I want to keep an eye out to see if any of the clockwork people are coming, because we're sort of in a more openish area now.
You definitely are. Now, where are you having Snowball fly? Around the church? or
Around the
in
church. Yeah. Around.
Okay.
Oh, actually, in the church. I kind of want
Want
to
to
go
send
the
her
church.
in without seeing, like, looking through a window first?
That's true. I'll go around the church. Around the church. Around
I
the
was
church.
about to say, Mercy's about 2 seconds from heading in, guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
We gotta peek in the
So-
windows.
So, you begin having Snowball start flying off in another direction. Basically, everybody who isn't one of the high perception characters who has like massive passive perception. So, Cal and Dad, don't worry. Everybody else roll perception for me.
Hold on. I'm doing something.
What?
Me? I mean, I'm going. Can I do it through my owl?
No.
Perception, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, that was...
Because you can't hear, you can't see, you can't tell
That's
what's
what I'm
happening
saying.
around you. No,
Yeah,
because
that's
you
what
have
I'm
the
saying.
owl going off in a different direction.
It's literally only one better than my passive, so...
What are we rolling
Okay,
perception
never
for?
mind.
Sorry.
Something I told you guys to roll perception for.
Moy wasn't one of the ones that had to. Was
Yeah,
she?
because
No,
you,
she
you have a
does.
perception of what?
No. I have 17.
She no longer has the
Yeah,
really
no,
high
it's-
perception.
That's good enough.
I mean, I'm out of it, so I can't.
I had to restart my Discord. I've been having connection problems this whole
That's
call.
fine,
and I
that's
don't know
fine.
why.
So, basically, as she begins, going into snowball vision, has the bird fly away to go look around, you guys all hear the faint sound of a. As like
All of
something
us
is.
hear it?
Yes, you guys all hear. Well, except for Erudite, who is deafened. You all hear the sound of something like claws clacking off of stone.
Oh.
Let's get inside this church quickly.
What?
Are you pulling me in?
Does it sound like it's coming from the church? Or does it sound like it's coming from somewhere else?
It sounds like it's coming from like around one of the corners.
We should
Oh.
get out
And
of
then
sight
Mercy's pushing everyone
now.
into the church.
Get in.
What?
And she's
what
grabbing
every-
Rudy while she does it and pulling her with her.
How big does it sound?
Medium sized.
I just broke out of stone. I don't want to fight right now.
What were you saying, Gail?
I was just wondering what's going on.
You hear it too, don't you?
You would hear the sound of something coming
Yeah, but
closer,
I
but
don't
like
know
only
what
when it
it
gets
is.
close, like much closer to you guys.
Something's coming. We should.
We don't want to. We don't want
Are the
it to
doors-
see us before we see it and decide how dangerous it is.
Are the doors of the church open? Like, are they not? They're not locked or anything?
I would assume not. Churches don't usually lock their doors.
Well, is there a
Yeah.
door on our side?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the big giant door with the stained glass thing above it's the door.
Oh,
Can I
thought it was
try
just a
and-
window.
Can I try and check the doors? See if they're just
Oh,
to double check if they're unlocked?
The Mercy's already shoving you guys into the.
Yeah, no.
we're
The
in
second
here.
Mercy heard noises, she was shoving you all in through the
Okay.
doors.
And
Okay.
very quickly, the door gets hefted open. You guys get pushed into it, and you find yourselves inside of a large, very open church environment. You see many pews that kind of stretch out forward towards the very, very end of the church, where you can see there is what looks to be a position where a priest or a cleric would be going about holding the processions.
You mean a pulpit?
Pulpit, altar, something like that. Yes. And as you guys all make your way inside of the building, yeah, you you keep yourself near the door, trying to see what's happening. When you hear the noise get closer, you hear something as it gets closer and closer and closer to the door until eventually it sounds like it's right at the door. And then you just hear this.
Oh,
God.
why?
And then eventually,
Do I see anything through the teeny crack in the door?
well, what you see is a big black paw kind of pawing the door open and sticking its head in is this big black mastiff.
Ooh.
And it just kind
God.
of looks at you and goes,
Hellhound?
Cerberus?
God.
It's not. I'm not letting it inside the church.
Divine sense.
Hi, doggy. Please go away.
Detect magic.
divine sense on it?
Yep.
What does divine sense tell you, out of curiosity?
Honestly, it's just if it's going to be a fiend, undead, or celestial.
I think technically this is classified as undead.
Oh, joy.
Can someone bring me? I'm still like deafened, you guys.
You
I
feel,
mean,
you
Mercy
felt, no,
dragged
you
you
would have
in.
felt your body get moved.
Mercy
Okay.
grabbed you around the
As
legs,
soon as I
went
feel
on
my
and she
body
punched
get
you off.
moved, I like summon everything. Like as soon as I feel that move, I'm like out of it, and I summon the owl back.
Hammer out, and Gale's moving to the door.
Mercy's moving to the door with the sword out.
Go away,
Morgan's
doggy.
home.
I think I see here.
Shoot.
Shoo. Out. You want to go out?
Gale.
Gale's going to kick it in the head, try and knock
Connor,
it back
Oh
out.
my god.
It doesn't appear to be getting aggressive with you.
Guys,
doesn't?
don't
Okay.
kick
No,
it.
it's just kind of sniffing.
Oh.
Then Mercy's gonna put the sword away.
There's like, kind of like, she has like, her like hands out, kind of like the scene from like Jurassic World. The Velociraptor. Like, it's the best way I can describe it right now. She's like,
Chris Pratting, whatever it's called.
and yeah, Chris Pratting. She's like, good boy, you know, talking very calmly, like, just leave us alone. Sniff, sniff,
Just kind of
yeah.
starts walking up to you.
Okay, alright,
I'm not letting it
okay.
inside the church, by the way. Like, I'm keeping the door like only open a crack.
Okay. As you do that, it just phases through the door.
Okay. Okay.
I closed the
the
door.
fuck?
It's like,
Can Mercy try to put her hand on it? Like on its leg?
Is it kind
You want to try to touch the dog?
I want to try to touch the dog.
Okay. You just kind of get your hand out and put your hand
A
on
lot
it.
of
It just kind of like looks at you. The big droopy flaps kind of hanging over its eyes. It just kind of stares at you.
Does
There
it
it
feel
is.
warm?
No, it feels cold.
Oh.
Oh, poor
Detect
is
magic
passing?
goggles. What do I
That's
see with
undead.
With those, you probably wouldn't see anything magical about it per se. Looking at it closer, you do see it's kind of got these dull red glowing eyes.
Morgan's gonna take a step back.
Dare
That's also what I
hasn't
did.
moved away at all. But she's just like, still Chris
yeah.
Pratting a little bit.
if it's
Who's the
undead,
different
I
for
can
that?
try to send it running, maybe.
I mean, it's not
doesn't seem-
attacking us. We don't have to do it. Let's not. Okay, hi, boy.
Oh, I hate that noise.
It's not a great noise.
Connor just does noises that gross us out once a session. It's just like a prerequisite.
It's a
Must-
dog.
Mercy's gonna get up and just kind of brush, because I assume she kneeled to pet the dog for a second.
Track
How
keep.
big? How tall is it?
It's a medium-sized creature.
It's
Yeah.
technically a medium-sized creature. It's a pretty big dog.
Is it as big as what's his face from Veilcrest?
Oh yeah, big
Big boy.
puppy.
Melania?
No, that dog is technically bigger.
Okay.
Oh, Medieval Crest dog. I
So
remember
it's like, where does it come up to me?
Also,
Where's
that's
the top of it?
not.
That's what I just said.
Where does it come up to you?
Yeah.
Standing head
Probably
height.
like right about like
Ba-dum.
you're like what? Your character's what? 5'6", 5'8", something like that.
5'6".
5'6". Probably a little taller than waist height.
Okay. It's
It's a big boy.
a doggy.
What do you want, dog?
Let's just leave him alone for now.
Okay. All right. Well, he's not bothering. Hi, dog. He's not bothering us.
It kind of did like that shuffling noise towards you, Caloron.
I'm wearing my language glasses. Can I read dog lips?
What?
I don't
Wait
think
for it.
dog language
Wait.
goes like.
Wait a minute.
No.
Okay, I figured I'd ask if it's trying to communicate with me.
Did Gil try to talk to it?
Yeah.
I'm only going to let you pull that with recognized language. I'm not going to let you do that with dog.
Because dogs don't
Well, the
talk
problem
with
is-
their woofs.
Technically, it's undead. So would speak
But
with
it's-
animal what?
But it
Gail's
looks like a
working on
dog.
ritually casting it, so
While
it's gonna
while
take a
they're-
couple of minutes.
While they're doing that, Mercy's gonna walk off and start looking around the church.
There's just
Okay.
kind
I'm
of
gonna go
like.
think.
Stay with us. We don't know what's here.
So, Mercy,
I'm
as you
staying
begin
in
walking,
sight.
as you begin walking off to go look at the rest of the church, the dog just kind of starts walking along behind you.
Oh, I pet it.
It doesn't seem well. Like it's just like a very gentle pace. It just kind of starts walking next to you, and like
She's
when
not
you
gonna
stop to
bother.
look at something, it kind of stops.
We've
Sits.
adopted a dog. We've adopted a undead dog. Oh god.
I have a hunch. In Celestial, I'm going to ask it, are you from Amaznan?
It kind of looks at you.
I don't know what that means. I don't speak
Woof
dog.
once for
Wait,
yes
wait.
and twice for no.
Oh, also, none of you understood that, except for technically Maddie.
Okay.
Yeah, anybody who speaks Celestial, yeah, Maddie, you don't know why the fuck you understood what he just said.
What the fuck?
Can
But
we
like,
tell?
does it do anything beyond just huff at me?
It just huffs at you.
It's a good puppy. Leave it alone for the moment.
Morgan's gonna turn to Harvey. Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say, like, if it.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Morgan's gonna turn to Harvey and go, "Do you have that communication with animals potion on you?"
No. I can make one. Do you have the money?
How much is it?
What was it?
Give me
I
a
mean,
second. It's in the
Morgan,
notes.
if you wait
It was
10
like,
minutes.
I think it was like 300 gold or something like that.
Animal friendship.
Yeah,
200 gold.
200 gold. I mean, I could brew one of my potions and let me speak to an animal.
If you give it 10 minutes, Gail's gonna talk to it.
Yeah.
Like, or try.
I mean,
Hey,
hasn't
out
hit
of
me yet, so
character?
I don't care.
this is gonna sound weird. Do you know how like church pews usually have like little bookshelves on them?
Yes.
Yeah.
I know.
Do
exactly
these
what you're
have
talking about.
those?
Someone who grew up Catholic.
No,
Are they on the back or are they underneath? There's a difference.
no, this is not a Catholic church.
No, this is like a
man.
Baptist church. It's on the back of them, not
it's super-
underneath.
It's super telling that you said that. I went, yep, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Well, in my Catholic church, they were on the back too. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
They're not underneath.
No, there are some that have them underneath the pew.
Oh,
Not
really?
Catholic.
Okay,
I don't think
okay.
Catholic though.
Here's the important question.
But
No, they have every church I've been to
in
has
this one, you don't notice any books that are just like sitting behind the pew in front of it.
Are
I'm
there
gonna go.
pamphlets for translation though?
Mercy's gonna go investigate the actual like preacher thingy.
I was gonna go up to the altar. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna do too.
I'll head that way too.
As you guys do so, the dog follows with you.
Mercy's happy to have a dog. She don't care.
We
I'm
should
gonna head
stick,
up.
wait, guys,
I'm-
guys. We should
Give
stick
me-
by Gale so he can do his spell. Let's
Question.
wait like 10 minutes.
What color is the dog?
Black.
Black.
Big black mastiff. Dark.
Can I call you
Oh.
Ivory?
Why would you go ivory? That's the white one.
Because my white wolf was ebony.
You're such a dork.
Hey, I was like 7 when I named her. Give me a break.
And I will point out, it is moving. It is moving like it is walking, but
It is
you
not
can-
actually.
it's hovering just like a few, like an inch or so off the ground.
I think it's a good boy, and I trust him right now. I will trust him until he gives me a reason not to, because he's a ghost dog,
He
and I trust
hasn't,
dogs.
he hasn't done anything to us yet, so if I'm not going to initiate anything.
Mercy's just gonna like pat its head, even if it can't feel it.
You do pat its head, and you faintly feel it, but like it's weird. It's like you're like touching, I suppose like almost like kind of like something that's like gelatinous in a way. It's not like, it doesn't feel like it's all there, and your hand has a bit of give as you touch it. So it's weird.
When we get to the altar,
Is it like touching a new
Don't go
Newtonian
to
fluid?
LP. Let Gale do his thing.
No, he's too late. They're already going.
Yeah. You already
Okay.
called me.
Yeah, doesn't matter. Um,
We're not leaving the room. We're still in the same
Yeah,
big
no.
room.
It's all one big room.
yeah, Gale's
we can
pretty
see
clear
right
there. And Jace, I'll tell you in a little bit when the spell goes off. All right. So you're gonna take a look at the altar.
Yeah, just around it, yeah.
Okay. But before we do that, Erudite's just kind of like stand there. She's gonna look up and she's gonna go, "Is this your church?" Because everyone's been talking to God, so she's gonna try and do it too. I don't know. She's not good at this. She's just gonna be like,
You
This is-
hear nothing, but the dog sits down and just kind
Oh.
of lays down on the ground.
Good boy.
looks at the dog, goes, "Huh. I'm gonna look around, and I'm gonna start investigating like the altar and stuff, and seeing if I can find anything."
Hey, Connor.
Mhm.
Or it's gonna
Can
look
you guess what I'm gonna break out?
No.
I'm gonna break out my map that lets me see if there's any hidden rooms.
Okay, you do so.
And see if there's anything like we can't see that's in here.
Is there a tabernacle of some sort?
Oh, God bless you, what?
Gesundheit.
He's not.
None of you know anything.
I do.
The gold
I
thing
do.
you put
It's
the
the gold-
host in a Catholic church. Or
Oh,
Yeah.
they do it at Baptist church too. I just didn't never do it. We were too poor
Yeah.
for that shit.
no,
Sorry,
no,
I don't know. Any clerical vibes about the dog? I mean, you could roll a knowledge religion to try and determine what it might be.
Sure.
I think it's a puppy.
Okay, well,
No.
it's a dog.
All dogs are puppies, Connor.
I mean, you know that all dogs are supposed to go to heaven, but clearly,
Hey, in my world, they do. That's all that matters.
What's it called?
Do I
but
roll an
it'll-
investigation check?
Wait,
um,
Kate, are you talking about like
yeah,
collection
you certainly
plates?
can.
No.
I know what
they're-
she's talking about
It's-
because I grew up Catholic.
It's not a big detail. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
But yeah, no, normal.
Is there
Um,
anything of value in the church though?
You can roll investigation if you're looking for hidden objects, perception if you're looking
I
for
found nothing.
things in plain view.
I'm
just
distracted
gonna
by the
roll
dog.
perception.
Can I do both?
Nope. Pick or
Okay,
choose.
Erudite is distracted by the dog, does not find anything.
I kind of want to use my luck on this, so.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
Oh.
Why does my luck never do better?
Perception.
16.
Damn it.
While they're looking around, Gale, your spell will finally go.
Okay. Gonna go up to the dog.
Bark. And Maddie, if you want to look around too, you can.
Okay.
And you're going to go up to going up to the dog. What would you like to do?
Hello?
Just gonna roll perception. Oh, that's not too bad.
Do you understand me?
It kind of like nods a bit.
Better than before.
If a dog could shrug, it would have.
Okay. All right. Do you have any sort of master or anything around here? Or is
He
this
would
your
nod.
home? Okay. Okay. When we're done looking around here, could you show us where they are?
He shakes his head back and forth.
Are they still alive?
The dog says neither yes nor no. It just kind of stands there and gives you that like sad puppy dog look.
Mm-hmm.
It's a god.
All right.
It's the god.
So, you spend a lot of time in this church.
Yes, he nods.
Okay. Is this your home?
He nods.
Okay. Have you been here a long time?
He nods.
Are you hungry?
He shakes his head.
Okay. Okay.
This
Well.
fucking dog.
Can I adopt him?
Well,
I don't think the god.
you're
I will
welcome
fight
to
a dog
travel
for
with
this dog.
us. We're trying to find out some more stuff about this Mosnin, or however this is. We're trying to figure out what's going on here. So,
Just roll me a persuasion check. And no, it's not handled animal because this thing is actually intelligent enough to not.
Oh my god!
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Finally!
Good job, Gale.
Finally!
Nice.
The dog will wander off somewhere.
Gail's gonna
Puppy.
follow him.
Okay.
Can I follow Gale?
First, let me describe what you guys are seeing inside the church as you're looking.
Okay.
First and foremost, at the altar, you see what looks to be a similar symbol. It's the shape of an eye that is made out of cogs and wheels and stuff like that. And as, let's see, eeny, meeny, miny, you. As Morrigan gets up to it and starts looking around at it, just by kind of like poking it, you see that it's almost like a one of those gyroscopes in a way. You poke one part of the cogs, and the entire thing starts to spin and twirl. And as it moves, it begins to make the shape of just an eye that just kind of looks and moves, and it seems to, no matter where you stand, be observing you.
Morgan's gonna not like that. How big is it?
It's about, how tall's my monitor? That's about what, 18 inches? I think it's a bit taller than my monitor actually. Let me see. I've got a ruler here.
If you don't want it, I'll take it.
Whoopsies.
Oh, I'm taking it first.
Okay.
It's about 14 inches.
Let's say I want to give it to a church to look at. That's still around. This.
I was just gonna melt it down.
Oh,
It's a
boy.
holy
Don't do
symbol.
that!
Yeah. As you say, I was gonna melt it down. The dog, which was going off in a different direction, comes sprinting back.
Oh my god.
The second that Mercy says it's a holy symbol.
We're not melting anything in
Morgan.
this church down.
It's abandoned. If the god really
It's
cares,
not
someone
God's
should have
place.
I think this dog is from the god.
I agree.
Mercy's just
Sorry.
gonna hold out her
Morgan.
hand.
You hear a prr, 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 and the dog is at the altar, and it is like put itself on top of it. It's looking at you, Morgan.
Oh.
Morgan, hold her hands up.
Morgan,
Okay,
Mercy's
I'm
gonna take the
sorry.
thing from her.
We're not
Before
gonna
she
let
does
her melt
else.
anything down, Dad tells the dog.
This dog is obviously from the god. He reacted when I asked about if he was here, if the god was here. I keep wanting to say Amazon, and that's not right.
Nope,
Gale
not
followed
a
the dog
god.
back. Because if Gale followed the dog back, she's gonna
The dog.
hand him the same difference. Dog god backwards. She's gonna hand him the eye thing that Morgan had. Put this in the bag of holding for now.
Why don't we just leave it
Please.
here?
Because it's important, and if it's a god's abandoned thing, we might be able to find the followers that might still be around today to give it to them.
Yeah, but
It's the
Gail's gonna
heritage.
look at the dog and ask, "Do you want me to hang on to it or leave it where it is?"
Mercy, when you were saying what you were saying, his short little stumpy tail does kind of wag a bit.
Oh. Oh,
Would you want them to melt down something of Sound Ray?
I wouldn't care.
I wasn't the person saying.
I
we
know,
should
I'm just
melt
saying it
down.
as an example. It was just an
Morgan,
example. It's
Morgan,
a goddess that's still
I
around.
don't.
You may
I'm
not
not exactly.
be respectful of people's beliefs. Religion may
This-
not be.
There's no one other than
How do you know?
Morgan, listen.
this place has been abandoned.
Morgan,
Doesn't mean this is the only church.
let me talk. Listen, like, I don't care about the gods. I'm sorry, I don't. Before I
I'm
just strike me
not
down.
blaming
But even if a religious place has been abandoned, you don't fuck with that. Like, they're still there. It's just like a modicum of respect. You gotta show
Would you
them.
like someone? Would you like someone to come into your house and steal something from you and melt it down?
Oh. You don't want
How would you react?
Yeah, what if we
just
what
gives
if
her a-
we took your little symbol there and she points to Morgan's necklace and melt it down make it into a coin? Hmm? The like symbol around that. What is it? What is it?
We all
Tatooine.
Tatooine.
I understand you
Just
may not
glares.
believe in things. I'm not particularly religious either. I don't subscribe to any one god. I'm knowledgeable or religion, but it's not really an interest of mine. But I'm not about to steal something from them and melt it down. It's just rude.
Mercy's gonna look at the dog again and go, "Can we take it out of here to give it back to the people it belongs to?"
It'll nod.
Gale.
Yep.
Morgan's
didn't-
gonna.
You were showing me something.
It nods and walks back to where it's going.
Okay.
Morgan's
I'm-
gonna. Nope, you can too. Sorry.
No, I'm just like, I didn't find anything, so I'm gonna go just sit at a pew and just kind of like think.
Mercy's following Gale.
After that confrontation, Morgan's gonna go see if she can find a way into the towers to look around.
Okay.
God squad.
You would know that there's like a second story to this location, and there are other ways like you can like take stairs and
Yeah.
go up to that location.
She'll just go.
And there, I will say there are 4 towers. Like
Is this
one of
Notre Dame?
not really. It's not as large
Ornate?
or sprawling or ornate really. Granted, it's still fairly ornate, but it shows the test. It shows that time has definitely taken its toll on it. It also, it's
Alright.
quite a bit of stone instead of actual wood.
So more like St. Patrick's Cathedral.
Sure, I don't know.
That's the one in the city. It's big, it's stone, it's fancy and gothic.
Got
I'm
it.
Catholic, Connor. Let me have one thing I know.
I don't fucking know about them. Are there windows at person level? Yeah, there are a few. Like they're a bit taller than person level, like in many churches. So you will have to kind of like climb up a bit.
Yeah, Dea wants to like either on the like towards the fountain or towards the other open area. She wants to like just kind of take a watch, I guess, so to speak.
Gotcha. So basically, you'll be an active lookout.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perception check just for like you looking around. And as you guys begin to follow the dog back into the room that it was going to, you find yourself standing inside of what appears to be almost like a priest quarters. Well, not really priest quarters. More like a small prayer area in the very back. And then there is a door in the back of that room where the priest quarters are. But inside this room, you see something that you haven't seen this entire time you've been here, and you find a number of bodies.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
How many?
About 8 or 9.
Jesus.
Oh God.
Mercy's gonna take a deep breath.
And none of them are like there are a couple that have fallen to the ground and collapsed, and quite a few of them are desiccated and mostly bone by this point. But they all appear to have been, many of them are kneeling in prayer.
And she's gonna look at Cal and go, "Can you give them the last rites or whatever it is you do for the dead?" Cal?
I was muted. Oops. Okay.
Yeah,
I was like, "Cal?"
Not me!
he's dead.
He's gone.
No, it's like, he just sort of. It's not really my expertise, and
You're
even
the
if I
closest
did,
one to a priest out of the 3 of us.
I don't really have that spell prepared anyway.
Oh, okay, then don't worry
He's
about
talking,
it.
he's talking about ceremony.
Yeah. Can I see how the bodies died?
It just looks like, well, you can roll a medicine check, I'd say. It'll be a bit tougher as they are heavily
Real.
desiccated, and several of them
shit.
are nearly bones.
These nat 20s though.
Real wise, yo.
These aren't net 20s, they're just
Dirty
unnatural
20s.
20s.
Yeah, I have a feeling
Dirty
I know
20s,
how
I've
they
heard they've
died.
been called.
Don't call it a dirty 20. That sounds gross.
20s.
Really?
Dirty
I've heard them
20s.
called.
that!
That's
I call that.
that's a $20 bill that someone stuffed up their ass.
A
I-
dirty 20 is what you give to a prostitute.
Oh,
Oh. So, looking over several of the bodies, it looks like many of them just kind of came here and more or less stopped and died. Some of it appears to be natural causes. Other, it looks almost like starvation.
I
Moses-
think
Finish your thought.
I think they died because of the schism. They came here to pray to Amazon, and when they didn't hear anything, they just kept praying until they passed away. I'll turn to the dog and be like, "Is that what happened here?"
The dog will nod.
Do you want us to bury them?
The dog doesn't respond to that. Instead, he turns and he keeps walking through to the back room where he phases through the door. If you guys want to look over the bodies fully, you can do so.
I will do so.
Okay, that'd be a perception check.
Mercy's just gonna look around the room.
Gotcha. Gail, you gonna keep following the doggy?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Finally, you find yourself into the back room, which appears to be the priest's quarters. Inside, you see what looks to be a small room, sparsely decorated, but still well kept. At least it was at one point. You see on a dresser in the room there is a amulet with a symbol of Amazon on it. Next to it there is a book, a heavy leather-bound book. And you see that there is, in the bed, there is a body that has been laying there for some time.
sad.
So he finally went to sleep too, huh? They just didn't hear anything. That's really sad.
And the dog just sits near the dresser.
Can you hear Amazna now?
It just kind of looks at you.
Gail's gonna pick up the book.
There's also the amulet next to it.
Yeah. Well, he's gonna pick up the amulet as well. And just kind of hold it in his hand, but then he's gonna start kind of looking at the book to see if he can read anything or understand anything.
Unfortunately, no. You don't speak the language. It looks similar to the language that you've been seeing throughout this entire city as a whole.
Okay.
So you feel like that might be it. But the book is still in very good shape despite the years, as is the amulet.
All right.
Is the amulet like the big one that we found?
The amulet it's like the shape of an eye that is made out of cogwheels and the like.
Okay.
Gail is going to we're gonna pop detect magic to kind of give everything a once over look just to be sure.
You do not observe anything magical inside of this room. Now,
Okay.
Caloron,
Mm-hmm.
you are beginning to observe the bodies and look them over.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say, none of them appear to be holding anything noteworthy of value. Nothing
Mhm.
expensive.
So none of them are holding their holy symbols?
Quite a few of them do have holy symbols, yes. But like they aren't, they're not made of platinum or anything like that.
Mhm.
You see a few that are silver and maybe one that's gold. But one of the bodies appears to be that of a man. Looks like he may have been a bit more slight in his life. And you see like he has a set of old rusted spectacles that are sitting on what used to be the bridge of his nose. And he is wearing something that looks a bit like a cowl that goes up over his head, drapes over his shoulders, and comes down to about chest level.
do I get this man was kind of like a relic hunter rogue?
No, he does not appear to have been a relic hunter rogue.
Okay.
Is it one
Is
of
it
the
like a
mantle?
mantle or is it something?
It looks a bit. It looks a lot like one of the mantles the mantle you have right now. Yes,
It's possible they all look different.
it has a slightly different design to it, but like it goes down to about the same level on the chest. It's about just as deep on the hood. Covers the shoulders the same way. There's a bit of a different pattern to it, but
It's probably
ultimately
significant.
the general design is about the same.
It's probably
Do
changes
I
per branch.
get
So,
the
like-
impression that this is the high priest?
You don't know.
I will take the mantle, I guess.
Okay, you remove it from the body.
If Cal doesn't pick up the holy symbols, Mercy's gonna grab them.
I feel almost like we should leave their holy symbols. Let them have their faith in their death.
Well, I was gonna pick them up and then. Okay, never mind. That's fair. I know we don't know what they stand for, Dea. I was gonna try to return them to the followers.
But I guess I'll hold on to that mantle as well. And I'll join Gale in the room. Unless there's anything else that I saw.
No, not really. No, nothing else.
Mercy's also gonna follow with the map out.
You said the dog was near the dresser?
Yes.
I will investigate the dresser, I guess.
Well, actually, I have this book here.
Oh.
I think it was for the, I'm guessing, fatherly figure person in the bed. I can't read it at all, and I know you got your glasses. You think you could give it just a look over?
Sure. I will open
I'll
up to,
look
like,
through the rest of the room just to be sure we've not left anything. Okay.
Go for it. Can I see that amulet as well? Maybe the two are connected.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Okay, I guess I will go
It's
to
not it's not magic or anything like that.
Okay. I will go to like the first page. What does it say?
I'm not going to read you the book page by page because I didn't write religious scriptures.
I was more like just like, it's like the title page.
It's
BRB, gotta go upstairs.
It is a set of scriptures for Amazon. Perusing over the book itself, you see that you're able to kind of figure out he stood for invention. He was more or less a god that was based heavily around that. Amongst a small amount of magic, he wasn't say equal to others, but he was still very much report. What he was? How do I describe it?
Is he like the Greek god of like inventions and fire?
Hephaestus?
Kind
Thank you.
of.
I can't say
No,
the name.
it's
I have to pronounce it.
he stood for inventions, magic, stuff like that. Well kept secrets, that sort. And really, it sounds like, according to the scriptures, that he may have been one of the first gods to, give mortals the ideas that allowed them to improve and become better and better.
So, like, the tree of knowledge? But, like, God form?
You don't try to equate it to something else.
No,
You
I'm
probably-
sorry. I'm on a Christianity kick right now, okay?
I'm
my
not.
brain's just connecting things. Watch Good Omens then. Continue, sorry.
But you see, it's a large book of scriptures that are in regards to Amazon. It's very. It appears if you're willing to guess, it's quite old. It's still well kept though, despite it all.
Okay. If I'll just turn to go and say it appears to be a book of scriptures. apparently Amazon's a god of invention. Gave people ideas on how to improve. But if there's anything else in here that's significant, I haven't found it yet.
All right. At least we know what this one was all about. That might explain all of the things running around in the city.
Mercy's gonna kneel in front of the dog and put her hands on its face and go, I don't know why you're still here guarding this place, but if you're waiting for people to find it, we'll make sure it ends up in the right hands. You're welcome to come with us, but if you're done here, you can go.
He'll just kind of go, kind of huff at you.
Are you trapped here, dog?
Yes.
He shakes his head.
Gail's gonna look through the rest of the dresser, just very like gingerly and nice, not to make it look disrespectful or anything, but just to make sure there isn't like there aren't any more like books or anything like that hidden in any of the drawers.
Nothing of note.
Okay.
Is there anything on the map that shows anything that might be hidden?
No.
Okay. No. Then she's gonna put the map away.
It is a very large, well-kept church. I mean, there's like, I didn't mention this because I had a feeling you guys wouldn't do anything to it. There is a collections plate,
Oh my god.
and there is money in it. So
That seems mean.
No, I don't think so.
yeah.
It's going to those who need it.
It is in the back room with the praying figures.
You said there was an upstairs, right?
It's like a second floor that leads up to the towers and the like.
Oh.
And I'll be getting to those in just a second, Morgan, because there are a few things you could say.
Yeah.
I will show the mantle to the dog, and I'll sort of take off my mantle, I guess, and say, like, are these basically the same thing? Do you know?
Doesn't Gale still have detect magic up?
Yes, he does. The dog kind of cocks his head to the side. He does the confused dog thing.
So he
Gale,
would
can
see
you
if it.
see magic on this?
Yeah, Jace, it is the same. It looks to be roughly the same type of enchantment that was placed upon that.
That's the same thing.
Well, hey,
I know not like the same thing because they're different and they look different, but they've got like the same spell on them or something. Made the same way, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm. Then hey, we've got another mantle. That's 2 down, I guess.
7 more to go.
Is there anything else you want to show us, dog?
It just shakes his head.
All right. Well, we'll get these out. We'll get them out there so that people can remember. Okay. I know I've had gas before too. It's all right. You don't need to be nervous.
I don't know how the dog would respond to that. Its tail just kind of taps on the floor a bit. He gets up and starts walking out of the room.
The
All right.
puppy. Mercy follows the puppy.
I think that's all that we got back here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you mind if I take the holy symbol there, Kyle?
No, of course.
Just hold on to one. All right.
Go for it.
Might go onto the main area and see if I could talk to this one too.
Sure.
If they didn't have any luck, I don't think I will, but it's the same as talking to the trees anyway, isn't it?
I mean, in theory, 50 years later, the gods are, talking again. Though, apparently more to you lately than me.
Maybe. Well, let's see if we can have a chat with this one.
Go for it.
All right, exit the room.
Gale, are you going to the front?
No, to
Or is
like
it-
the altar area.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you still have the book in your hand out of curiosity, or is it in the bag?
I have the book.
Oh, do you have it in your hand though, or is it in the bag? Or
I
your
put
bag?
it in my bag,
Okay,
like my personal bag.
that's fine. Never mind then.
But Morgan,
Yep.
you've gone off to one of the towers. There are basically 4 of them. One in the front left corner, one in the front right corner, one in the back left, one in the front back right. Which one are you going to go to?
Front left. Let's go with that.
Um,
Can I go to all of them, but just start with that one? Is
sure,
that okay, or
and
is
I
that
will.
too much?
No, that's fine. You'll explain what you're doing in this time. As you
Alright.
make your way up the staircase into the tower, it eventually opens up to a fairly decently sized room, about 30, 35 feet. Inside, you see that it bears all the signs of being something akin to a workshop. There's a table with a few tools that have been set aside and have been left on the table. It looks like there was at one point some kind of a pattern, like some kind of like a paper pattern that was sprawled across the table, and someone was cutting up like leather to fit onto the pattern. But both the leather and the paper have seen better days.
Are any of the tools still usable or of interest to Morgan?
Not entirely usable, no.
Okay.
You suppose in the right hands with a particularly talented individual who is very good at restoring objects, it might be possible. But as with many of the things that you've seen up here, time has taken its toll, and it will take a lot of work to restore it back to normal.
Gotcha. Is that it in one? Is that the only thing I noticed in the one tower?
Yes.
Hey, Kana.
Yes.
If Mercy comes back from following the dog when Moy's going up one of the towers, she's probably gonna go with her.
No, Morgan went up to the towers.
Okay.
Like after the
argument over the
spat.
silver.
Okay.
And in the other towers, you'll see things that are very, very much like it. In one, you'd see what looks to be almost like a little alchemical, a little small alchemical station. It looks like at one point there were small, like kind of these soft rubber tubes that would connect the calcinators with the alembics, and unfortunately, as of now, the rubber's so fallen apart that it's not entirely usable.
Wait, the tubes are connecting the wet to the wet? You kind of mumbled over that.
They're connecting, like, what is it, like a calcinator or something like that, to retorts and alembics, things for alchemy.
Okay.
Think of it as a small mundane chemistry station.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think of like, would that mean that there's like propane leaking somewhere?
No. You see, there is like a fuel source that is underneath some of these little glass containers. It's a solid fuel.
Yeah.
So it's almost kind of like a jelly-ish material.
Oh, I know what that stuff is.
Yeah. And that's in like the back right tower. The back left tower has what looks almost like a small like forge area, but there isn't. The tower itself has been really well enforced and has metal underneath it, and the anvil is pitted and rusted because of that. The forge has been dead and cold for a very, very long time.
Is there anything of interest? Because it's a forge, and it's
No.
Okay.
No. And
shit.
going through the rest of it, really the other one probably would be a small clothing area. Looks like someone is going there for tailoring and stuff like that. A couple of mannequins, patterns for cutting cloth, that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But
nothing of interest.
Nothing of interest to you as an adventurer,
yes.
But plenty of interest to, say, an archaeologist or an anthropologist.
Yeah.
But that's more or less what you find. Caloron, going through the scriptures, you would eventually discover something that you feel like could be something like a spell. Whoopsies. And there are a few of them.
Oh snap.
Now they don't all work for you, I'll point out.
I figure.
But a few of them do.
I would like to know what they all are.
You found the spells.
Yeah. Now, The one that you would be able to use right off the bat is Fortify Armor. Let's see what the other ones are. Where's the other one? There it is. Glance and Juggernaut.
Ooh, woo. I like the deets on those.
I will have to send them to you at a later date.
Cool.
I will basically once I type them up, or I can send you the pictures, but you'll have to deal with my handwriting.
I'll deal with
Yeah.
your handwriting. I read worse.
It's not that bad, Connor. It's just a little bit.
It's tough to read.
A little bit.
So
Not that bad,
those are
though.
the ones that you can see, but there are a few others that while you can't use them, you believe that your companions might be able to.
Okay. Send those as well, and I'll tell them about them.
That would be Juggernaut, which is a paladin spell. And Divine Beacon.
Ooh, woo.
And then that, yeah, those would be the spells.
Dope. Okay.
Cool as fuck.
I eagerly await your message.
I'll take a picture of them and I'll send them your way.
Thank you.
This will be fun.
So if there's anything else you guys would like to do in the interim as I am taking these pictures, feel free to.
I mean,
Mercy's
I'm
gonna
kind
pet
of
the
curious
dog.
about the book, but since Cal has it, I'm not going to ask him for it. I'll ask
Where'd you
him
go?
later.
You can ask
Dale's
if you
gonna
want.
do some praying.
Gotcha.
Mercy's
I'm-
playing with the doggo.
I am going to go over to Cal and just be like, Caleron, what is the book telling you? What, is it telling you about the god?
Yes, it's a scripture book.
Oh?
Yeah, he's a god of invention, apparently.
Huh.
Speaking of, here, and I'll hand her the mantle. I found it on one of the priests. There was a few bodies back there.
There were
Seems kind of like
bodies.
the god you might be into. Well, about knowledge and making things.
All right. Well, thank you. Are you wearing the mantle, by the way, or not?
I'm wearing the one that my sister gave me.
I'll put it on too.
He handed
then.
you the priest one.
Yeah, the priest one.
Yeah.
It's a god of knowledge.
Invention.
Invention.
All about, like, making improvements, apparently. There's a passage here about, how worthwhile it is to tinker and how things can always be better and how you have to apply that to not only the things you do in your life, but the things you make as well. Kind of uplifting, but a bit of a dull read.
If whenever you're not, you don't want to, whenever you're done with the book, I'd like to look at it.
Sure. Let him know if
If at
that'll
all possible.
give you a peek at it.
Thank you, Caleron.
Gotta get to send those out. Gale, you were going to start praying?
Gail's gonna go to the altar place.
Gotcha.
He's gonna put the symbol down kind of like in front of him. He's gonna kneel, just like guessing based off of what he's seen other like clerics do. Hi.
Okay.
My name's Gail. I'm in your church here on an island. I'm not really good at this because I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm Osnan if you're there.
Why is it upside down?
Where
I don't know, Connor.
yeah, we're trying to make sure that people remember you. Mr. Hunter Person or Phrasma, if there's any others of you listening, I don't know how much listening you do because sometimes people talk a lot. Yeah, we're here. We're okay. We're having a time. We found some dead people. They're dead. They've been dead for a while. But the dog told us not to bury any of them, so we're not gonna. But if you think we should, you should probably do that soon. I don't want them to just fall apart. Also, I know nature's everywhere, but I don't know if you guys are everywhere or if you're in like specific places. If you could just give me anything, Or just say hi. That should be something.
I love Gail. I love Gail so much.
You can hear the salt.
If there's something or anything. You. Oh man. You unfortunately won't hear anything here. You do not hear a response from Amazon. Or any of the others. Motherfuck. God damn it.
Same.
Language.
Struggle.
No, I'm trying to fucking.
Connor is struggle busing.
They don't want to send in just upright. And I took the pictures upright.
Send them one at a time, I guess.
Fucking bullshit.
So it won't send in
Patience.
portrait mode. Been there.
Connor is struggle busting. That is correct. Jeez.
God damn it. But yes, unfortunately, you would not hear a response.
I think they're all napping still.
Well,
It is. What time is it in the day?
what time is it in the day?
Noonish, 1, 2, something like that.
I mean, I guess Ro would usually sleep in this late, so I feel like maybe the gods run on her schedule too. I mean, if I was a very powerful being, I'd sleep until noon as well, I guess.
Do gods need to sleep?
Perhaps.
Probably.
Why not? Everything needs to sleep.
Everything needs to sleep.
Listen, Cal is very intelligent. He knows things.
Life needs things to live.
Thank you. So is there anything else you guys would like to do in the facility?
The facility.
Are there any bells? Like, because bell towers?
There are.
Yeah, Morgan's just gonna go boredly look at them. And sit up there and maybe drink a little.
You do so.
No,
Hell yeah.
I was terrified to say thought you were gonna ring one. I was gonna go, please don't do that.
Listen, she might get drunk enough to accidentally knock into one, but I don't know.
So
She's just gonna drink himself.
Dea. There we go. Finally got the goddamn spells. There we go. So Dea, you've been keeping watch this entire time, right?
Becca?
Becca's dead.
Oh, I was muted. Sorry.
You knew her
Everyone
well.
did. Everyone
It's
does
not
it.
me!
You are such a dope.
I've done
I
that
wasn't doing anything for so long. I wanted to eat snacks. Then I finished my
I
snack.
understand.
Oh shit, I forgot I have gushers!
Yeah. So yeah, she's been keeping watch.
I would say, since you've been keeping watch, you would note that moving past the building right now is a small group of long-legged birds that are about like your height.
Cool.
Very sharp,
Okay.
pointy beaks. Very long-looking claws. They just kind of plod along, kind of like.
They're like emus.
No, they're a
Cautiousness.
lot. They're like particularly big.
Storks?
What's a good way to describe it? A bit like a think
A
like
flamingo?
flamingo-like in legs and body, but with very big wings and a very sharp-looking beak.
It just kind of wrinkles her nose at them. Like, ugh. Don't want to fight those. Did I notice any, like, guards, like, or patterns for all the time I've been sitting there?
You definitely would have seen some guards making their way around the location. Periodically, a few of them will stop around the fountain, and then you don't see their mouths move, but they just kind of stop and stand there, kind of look at each other, and they move off in different directions and go off elsewhere. But what you would have seen, because you rolled a 20, didn't you? You did.
Yes.
What you would have seen is a copper-colored clockwork creature with a big blue gem-like dome for a head. It kind of begins walking around, and it points at several of the other clockwork guardians, says something, you can't really hear it from here, and it points off in another direction, points at a few more, points off in another direction, and then it starts stomping off back into the city.
Oh, that's like a, their boss, their manager.
Looked a lot like the one you guys fought.
Oh, hey, you mean the one I broke?
Yeah.
Like the electric dude?
Looked a lot like it.
Did I notice if they had electric the manager fella? Did he look like he had batons as well?
You did not note any weapons on him.
Okay.
And he was like just a normal guy. He wasn't like super big or anything.
It was about normal size, a little slimmer than the others, but you know, it would, yeah, it was, yeah, about that.
He's gonna be
Slim-
so pissed when he sees people with those mantles.
Or he won't, because what are the mantles for?
It's true.
Yeah.
Hi,
When
Pinky.
the group reconvenes, Dale will report on that.
All right. Then I'm going to assume at some point you guys are all going to reconvene.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
sitting next to Cal, so I wouldn't have moved.
Yeah,
after
I
sat
mean
next to him.
Morgan's having some fun in the towers, I guess, but.
Nah, she's sulking. But if you think that's her version of having fun, I will not deny it.
I also found some magic in here, but
There's magic.
yeah, I don't think it's the kind you can use though.
It's
Well, it's no, I know it's fine. Oh, that's I expect that if
I-
it's in a book about scripture, I don't think it's something I can do.
There's some really interesting spells. I guess I have one that could be good in an emergency.
Oh,
Yeah, there's a spell called Fortify Armor. It significantly boosts, your defensiveness, but after the spell wears off, it destroys your armor.
oh, that
only
is-
it will only work on magical armor, non-magical armor.
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Yeah,
that
it
makes
Magical,
basically-
magic armor, no effect.
Yeah, I'll say this for the sake of thing, but basically, it increases your AC by 5, but at the end, your armor turns to dust.
How long does it
So-
last?
1 minute.
10 minutes. 10
Oh,
minutes.
is it 10 minutes? My mistake.
Well, perhaps we don't use that now, but we keep that in
Yes.
mind and maybe have some in the buy
Be
some
good for
extra
a boss
armor.
fight.
Question:
Yes.
Mhm.
You said it doesn't hurt magical armor. Do you mean it doesn't work on magical armor? Like it won't give the plus
It-
5, or
it
it,
does
won't
not
turn
work.
it to?
Yeah,
Okay.
it can only be on non-magical armor.
How about
Okay.
what else do you have?
There's an odd spell that I think Gale and Mercy could use. It's called Divine Beacon. It's kind of, honestly, it feels like it's like kind of like the flares we use when we're on the ship. Basically, you cast the spell, and for like 24 hours, you just sort of glow, but only other paladins can see it, and depending on what color you're glowing, it means different things.
I will correct that slightly. You cast on yourself, and for 24 hours, if you meet one of the conditions listed, a beacon will emit up into the sky that is visible 50 miles out, but only to other paladins.
Mhm.
So
That's
fucking
what it-
cool.
It's weird.
It's also
Oh.
useful. We have 2 paladins in our party.
Mhm.
And the conditions are for a
falling-
red beacon is falling unconscious in combat. Orange is falling unconscious out of combat. Yellow is critical hunger or thirst that will cause you to suffer penalties. Blue is a voluntary activation, and white is death.
And
Interesting.
when you become paladin level 10 or higher, there's a 10% chance that you can see it despite obstacles or the
Yep.
distance.
So if there's a mountain in the way, you'll still see it.
Oh, that's interesting.
That
Yeah.
sounds useful.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we'll know if Gale goes down again.
Oh,
think-
that'll be easy to tell.
Yeah. Question, Connor. Can I technically use Juggernaut because it's a 3rd level spell? I have the slots, but I don't technically know them.
You have
Or
the
what I-
slots, but you still technically don't have the spells.
Would I like?
No.
Could I use it? This is like my one spell that I have because I learned it
No.
a different manner.
No.
Or, okay,
No.
so it has
you
to level.
You still need to be able to cast other 3rd level spells.
Okay. There's another spell called Juggernaut. I don't think anybody here can use it quite yet. But basically, if you kill things, you get a +1 bonus to your strength-based melee attacks, strength checks, and strength-based saves, I'm going to say. And you have a damage reduction of 2. These stack up to +5 and damage reduction 10, and will disappear at the end of the duration, or if you go unconscious.
Wow.
Not gonna be able to use that for a while.
Yeah. Question, Connor.
Yes.
I am the weakest of babs. I have a -1. So would this technically go up to a -4, or would that be like a +5 max for me?
It goes up to it'd be a +5 to strength-based melee checks. So
So
basically, think
I'd
of
be
it like,
at +4.
well, if you just roll the flat strength check, it'd be a +4.
Okay.
And if you were proficient with a weapon and you were using it, it'd be +4 plus your proficiency modifier.
Cool. And it's like life I take. Does it mean I have to get the killing blow, or if I hit someone and then they die, let's say Rudy finishes them with the fireball, do I still get that bonus, or only if I get the killing blow?
You have to kill it, and if you read the spell, and this is something I will point out to you if you use it, every enemy killed who has been deemed by the DM to be significant threat, which means you
We
don't get
can't
to
just
carry
kill
around a bag of rats and then just smash the rats.
Oh.
And get
I
the
never would have
bonus.
thought of that even.
No, that's a pretty notorious test that a lot of spells and abilities have to pass.
The rat
Otherwise,
test?
it's called the bag of rat test. because in previous versions of D&D and other games,
That's
there
how you
were-
leveled up.
there were abilities where basically you could just carry a sack of rats with you and kill things. For example, Fighter had a feat that was worded in such a bad way where if you had, I think it's called Greater Cleave and Whirlwind Attack, you could carry around a sack of rats, chuck the rats in front of the guy that you wanted to actually hit, do a Whirlwind Attack to hit all the rats, and then Greater Cleave for every single rat you killed would give you a free attack.
Jesus.
So you kill 8 rats and have 8 free attacks. See the problem?
Wow.
Yeah, that is a problem.
And that's where the term came from. It's the bag of rats.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
Well,
there was one other spell.
Yeah, I'm getting that. But basically, but to clarify, I do need to get the killing blow on it.
You got to get a killing blow.
Okay. Well, that's never gonna happen.
Eh.
Wow. And it's only on yourself. That's unfortunate. Okay.
Yes.
And then the last spell I actually quite like. It's called Glance. Basically, you get this gem. It's got to be a bit pricey, but you can essentially use this magic to look through it, and you can essentially see back in time up to a couple of hours.
oh,
Oh shit.
Yeah, you can just see like an area. Like, let's say, we threw a party at the estate and quickly just ran when, let's say, Dea showed up, because to me she's not a big party person. And let's say
Dea
she
just
had
gives
the
you a
spell.
look.
Dave's glaring at you.
I'm used to it. And like Dea had the spell, she could use it, and she could like rewind a couple of hours and see that we had a party, and would get busted.
Moody Blues, the spell.
More accurately, it lets you see what happened 2d6 hours prior.
Yeah.
It's a second
Oh,
level
wow.
spell, and for every spell level you go above second, you get to see an additional d6.
I'm not
Oh,
trying
wow.
to say it in game character.
I get you, but I'm also explaining
Yeah.
it to the players themselves.
I'll forget by next week. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Moody Blues, the spell.
Technically, Ro can also learn
Shush.
Glance.
Technically, yes, but I will say right now, if any of those spells that have the class listed that would actually apply to another person, those classes, like you found this in this piece of scripture.
Mm-hmm.
If you find something in a piece of scripture and a bard could technically learn it, that bard's going to have to put in some real work
Yeah.
to get that spell to work for them.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Same thing for you. If you found a music sheet that a bard could learn from,
Yeah.
you're going to have to go, well, how the fuck do I make this about religion?
Mm-hmm. Also, Glance is an hour concentration, so in theory, you could go to multiple places with it.
Yeah, exactly.
wow, that is.
And I will point out that that 100 gold gem,
Mhm.
it's more accurately a focus, not a material. You don't lose it when you cast a spell.
Yeah,
It's like chromatic
I
orb.
assume you keep it
Yes.
unless it says it is consumed when you cast it.
Yes, and this is one of those things that in Pathfinder they called them focuses as opposed to materials. But whatever, it's no big deal.
Well, those are amazing spells for you guys.
Yeah. I think I just have them now, and I just need to like sleep to get them, or
Yes,
anything else I
and
have to
you
do?
still need to select them.
Cool.
But the paladins, divine beacon's a first level spell.
Hmm.
Yay!
Juggernaut's a third, so
It is a
none
third.
of us get a woot woot.
But it's also intended to be a pretty brutal spell.
Hmm.
I'm just gonna divine.
But it's just really unfortunate for Cal because it's like, A, I can't cast it. B, it's like I go unconscious so easily.
Mm-hmm. But is there anything else you guys would like to do in the church?
Nope.
Well, I
Morgan's
think
finally gonna come down.
All right.
Where's the
She's
dog?
gonna.
The dog?
Mm-hmm.
He's just laid down in front of the altar.
But they mostly's been petting it.
Once Morgan comes down, she's gonna she's gonna be like, found this thing, these rooms up there. I think they were like places to craftsman shops.
well, that would make sense.
There was a leather worker, I think, clothes maker. I think there was a forge, which Maddie, you might actually want. And what was the fourth one, Connor? I'm blanking.
Alchemist.
And an alchemist. So, Harvey, if you need anything, you could probably go up and check.
I think it's a bit old. I can try though.
Go ahead.
Well, that does make
With
sense
that-
since, from what Caloron has told me, this is the god of invention. So it would make sense that they would have things to tinker and tool with.
Can the god of invention invent a way off of this island for us?
I will say we technically already have one. I mean,
suppose that
Deo, we technically do have one. I will say.
I was being facetious.
that does bring up a good point. Though, did anybody find any other books? But if this is such a prominent building, perhaps the way off the island.
Was
more
there
consistent one is
anything-
off here.
Would there have been anything at the lectern, maybe? Or is this meta?
Are we talking for like just ways that people get off of the island? In which case the answer would probably be no. There is a spot where that would be, but it's not here.
And there wasn't like on the map that we stole from the transit station. There's not like a get off the island here marked anywhere. Right?
No.
Do you think Gail asked about the dog?
It was at the altar. Or she's just petting it.
He's a good puppo.
Do you have a name? She sort of looks at the god dog and goes, "Do you have a name?" I mean, I suppose we wouldn't be able to figure that out. It's not like I can talk to
Well,
you, but
Mercy, as I say, its name is Ivory. So, that's the best we got.
Ivory's a good boy.
I don't like dogs.
well, this one
if-
doesn't seem so bad.
If we're done here...
Also, everyone, we got another mantle. And I point at Rudy.
I mean, I'm wearing it, so
Right.
So keep heading towards the zoo.
I suppose.
Yeah,
I have a question for the group, though, real quick.
Hmm?
This seems like decently safe place, and it is in the center of everything. I know it's a bit more dangerous since there are more guards, but
They seem to like
This
the
wouldn't
meat
be
by
a-
the fountain, too.
they wouldn't necessarily be a terrible place to fall back to if we need to. Would we want to do that, or just we set up
I'm-
camp wherever we are?
I'm
I mean, it
inclined
seems
to
like a safe
agree.
spot.
I mean, if it's an emergency, this would be a wonderful place, yes.
Plus, if we're being nice to Evmasnin, this dog will probably be nice to us, too.
I don't care.
I think
Would you-
that's a good idea.
Would you be okay with that? Sort of looks up at the sky and goes, "Would you be okay with that?"
Grant us shelter or we're never getting off this island and helping you. God.
You hear no response.
Munson's gonna look at the dog and say, "Can we keep coming back here?"
It'll nod.
Oh, good. The dog likes us. We have an inn.
Great. It's not time for us to sleep though, so we should like get a move
Continue.
on.
Yeah. And we're still pretty much. I haven't used any of my magic yet.
I mean, I've used a couple, but I'm okay.
I've done about nothing.
Well,
Let's head to.
if you want to be
Desert.
technical, I'm at 24 hit points. I never heal.
Do you want to?
Oh yeah,
Oh.
she technically never had a rest.
Yeah,
Do you want to rest a bit, Dea?
it's fine. Fine.
Do you want to hold on to another potion?
That would probably be nice. I used my last one on Cal when we arrived.
Let's see. Which ones do I have? I have a potion of healing, and for some reason I'm still marked 2 greater potions of healing, but I think I only have 1.
I think you used one of those.
I'll
Yeah.
take what you give me. Maybe the
She'll
greater
just-
healing because
Yeah, Moses
you
gonna
have
hand you the
healing
greater
powers.
healing. Yeah, you can have the greater healing potion.
Cool. Thanks.
Because I not only have healing powers, I also still have second wind to
yeah,
heal myself.
and you also have a lot. You're a lot beefier than me. You can take more hits.
Yeah, but go ahead and take the greater healing potion.
Thanks.
Ah, ow, shit.
What'd you do, Connor?
No, my ear
Don't die.
hurt my ear a bit. Don't worry. So yeah. If you're gonna use the greater healing potion.
I'm not using it. I'm just holding on to it.
Oh, okay. And you guys want to start going to the zoo now?
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unless anybody else
Uh,
has any objections.
Real quick, can we make sure the route we take, make sure we go through this weird square area here?
Sure. Yeah, you can definitely do that.
Which weird square area?
I mean,
This
that's
one.
gonna be where we're approaching because there's like nature and shit.
Yeah, I roughly marked where the nature was apparently.
Yep,
This
yep, yep.
thingy.
So, Dea, by the time you guys finally are all starting to get ready to get going, that little flock of the bird things that you saw just all started strutting their way elsewhere. As you see them start going a little ways into the actual the greenery that you guys have noted, and looking into it, you see that it is very overgrown, where nature has begun to reclaim many other sections of the city itself. This location has just become very overgrown.
Is there
It's
like
almost as if it's like a forest has started to sprout up inside of the city.
Is there like a clear like border, or does it fade like kind of fade out?
It kind of fades out. So basically, like from here, moving in, it's a little more like faded than like
Okay.
everything else is just like greenery. But you guys want to go in this way and then start swinging your way over here to that square to see what's happening there?
Yeah, 'cause I'm curious about why there's just
We
a
move
giant open
stealthy.
space.
Of course you are. Stealth checks. Well, actually,
Okay.
no, don't make stealth checks because I was still holding on to the ones you made previously.
Oh,
Oh God.
cool.
What did we roll for these?
You mean
I
on that
can't remember.
one?
Poorly.
We did bad.
Lit. Okay.
You did okay, I
I
think.
think Maddie
did
rolled
okay. I
like
got
a
like a
20,
nine.
I
I did
think. I
bad.
rolled a nat 1. Most of us rolled between like 10 and 15, I think.
Yeah.
I had a
So-
19. So.
Wasn't
I
that
think-
great.
Maddie had the highest roll.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bless her heart.
I am
She's
the
not going to
knight.
be seen.
Good.
So, oh god, I have to use the bathroom. So, let me just find the thing I need to find. There
Oh
you be.
God. It's a
Jumped
map.
by guards.
No. So, you guys begin making your way closer and closer towards the zoo. And as you're making your way in towards that square that you guys noted, it becomes apparent that like something's been traveling through this area, and a bit too late, you guys realize that Dea, you guys are falling pretty close behind that big flock of birds that you just noticed.
Oh.
And then suddenly you hear the trees around you just go
Oh god.
And then you just see this flock
Oh,
of these
great.
white birds with these blue stripes on them just start running at you guys with their wings out, and they just start sprinting towards you all.
What the
Eh,
fuck?
Fucking raptors, bitch!
Time to go.
Do we need to roll
I
initiative?
can't believe the
Uh,
frat keeping
no.
bullshit is real.
As the birds all begin running past you.
Oh no.
What are they
Cool.
running
Now we
from?
roll
No, that's the other one in Jurassic
And then
Park.
high up in the air, you hear something go.
Yeah. All right.
and
Somebody
you
go
look up in
go,
the air,
whatever
and
this
there
is
is
probably
this
strong enough to carry her away.
yellow-green winged thing with large leathery wings and this pale pasty green yellow color to it. And at the head, you see it's got this big long mouth with this kind of like grin to it. And sticking out of the head at the very top of it, there's this, which you can only describe as a horn, but you see no eyes on this creature. There's this big horn that sticks right out, and it just makes that horrible screeching noise again. And then you watch as the tip of the horn glows, and a beam comes streaking down towards you all.
Oh,
Oh my
cool.
god. Oh my god.
Fucking. We
I will need some dexterity saving throws as the ground around you explodes and rocks and
Fuck.
terrain become falling towards you guys.
Rocks fall, everybody dies.
If only.
Yeah, we
I'm
some of
done.
us did alright.
Can I?
I did terribly.
Can I roll like away and like try and shoot it?
We'll get to that next session.
Oh
Um,
god.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Maddie.
Oh, Maddie.
Unfortunately, the
It's okay.
damage isn't too bad.
I mean, I also rolled pretty bad too, Maddie. High
did.
five.
Yeah.
13.
Okay. That's only 10 points of damage to Maddie and Erudite, who both failed. Everybody else, you only take 5. As these rocks and pieces of shrapnel just come raining down towards you guys, and then you watch as this green pterodactyl-like creature begins swooping down towards you. And we'll pick that up next session.